Okay, Colin, Miss Lynn, over to you.
All righty, welcome everyone. We have a great topic today about engagement, and I think that everyone can relate to that, and it's a timely topic as well. We're going to be having Manna be our keynote speaker. Marty DeGarmo will be joining us in about half an hour or so, and he'll join in the conversation. But Collins is going to present today about the topic of engagement, but he is also going to talk about the corporate update in our pop-up in the back office. He'll do a little review of that and give his take on it. So we want to begin with Collins, and then we'll have, again, the Q&A. So be thinking about questions that you would like to ask. We just ask that those questions be related to the topic of engagement and not support-related questions. And a support question might be like, I cannot log in, my password isn't accepted. Those are the types of questions that are for support and support only. So those are not going to be taken here today. But other than that, as long as it's topic related, we welcome your discussion and questions. And then we're going to take it back to Jeannie, who's going to be able to introduce the leaders, and we can hear a bit from the leaders here. And then we'll wrap up. All right, so now we're going to begin with Manna. Manna is a senior QA engineer. He currently resides in the UK. He's originally from Cameroon. Collins has a background not only in IT, but in marketing as well. He is very versatile, and his understanding of the company, its business model, its uniqueness is very, very high. So we're really blessed to have him because he sees the entire picture of ONPASSIVE, not just IT. So we're going to let Collins begin now. Thank you, Collins. Take it away.
Collins. Thank you, Lynn. Just want to greet everyone in here. Dr. B. William, I can see you. Dr. B. William is in the house. Yeah, so it's a pleasure for me to be, part of the Singapore community, and I'm so grateful and blessed, to join you guys, to encourage you and to give my all. What I've understand from the time I joined ONPASSIVE up to this date. I'm so excited because every time when you look at ONPASSIVE, you can see the growth, from inside and from outside as a normal user. Today, when I came here, I told Lynn, I want to speak from user perspective, not as an IT engineer or someone who really have a marketing idea. Yes, my marketing was just a marketing degree, but honestly, that is it. I've never worked in the marketing field. But when Marty DeGarmo speak and all those marketers, it brings back what I've learned. I can see the practicality of what they are saying. Because in life, degree is just generic. Whatever you have is generic. But if you don't apply it, there's just nothing. It's worthless. It makes you to be a better person, to have a better understanding. But the application of it is what matters. If you cannot apply it and you've never applied it, you can't say, I have something. It's just worthless. So we'll be looking at ONPASSIVE today, and I'm so excited with the pop-up. The pop-up was really something that I picked. I picked a lot, when I saw the pop-up, and I was like, this is amazing, because there are things that they do within. When you stay out, you can ask yourself, oh, are they really doing this? Are you really sure? Especially when you see things that are happening. But thank God, Mr. Ashmofara break it yesterday, or 2 days. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago on the 12th? Today is the 13th. Yeah, yesterday was the 12th. Yeah, 2 days ago. You saw what is coming. That is really complete breakdown of what has been happening. They tell us about the new ecosystem coming in a couple of days. So we are expecting a new ecosystem from today onward, right? We know something is happening, will happen in the back office. And then after that, what will happen? 3 days later, we'll see the new version of O Connect. So we have to try it for 2 weeks. That's what it says. And then we'll move on to O Tracker, and but I like to talk about what we have been seeing. I don't like to talk about what we've not seen. What is in the back office, what Mr. Ashmofara really, what it really means to us as founders, as resellers. Founders, we are just 1% of the company, of the entire internet space. Now, looking at the way Mr. Ashmufara break it down and what I picked was the implementation of all the tests that has been done within ONPASSIVE. What are the type of tests Mr. Ashmufara mentioned? He said two things that really captured my mind: manual testing and automation testing. You know, those two are the key. And what I want to explain here, Mr. Ashmufara, though he is our CEO, but he doesn't have control over the building of the software. He shares his idea. This is what I want us to do. But now it's up for the engineers to build it. And the QA team, they are the gateway of any software or any company that is building software. You can take it from Tesla. You can take it from all the giant IT company. If you don't have QA environment, you are dead. You are dead. No, all what you build, you don't even know what will happen. You know, just think about an airline company building, you know, software for, you know, aeronautics and stuff. What happened? The plane go without any QA, drop, kill 100 people. That's some of the things that we hear every day. So there is the importance for us to have QA, and we have it there. Ms. Ashmufara break it down. He talks about manual. There are those that test it, hammer the site, you know, do all the tests. It can be security testing, it can be performance, it can be, you know, everything, not only functionalities, you know, and how we can talk about testing. It's really broad. Sometimes I ask some of the normal people, I said, when do you think testing starts in a software? Do you think it's at the end when they develop, or do you think it's from the beginning? So most people always get confused, but it starts from inception. From the time you think it, you start to test from your head. You start to test, you know, you start to test that application from your head. Whatever you do, you say, all right, I want to build this. How will I test it to know that what I'm doing is great? Some company will tell you, before you develop this, like those companies, you know, who always approach IT company, they'll tell you, before I give you what I want you to do for me, I want you to build me this software, but please, can you provide me a method of testing? How will you test it? So you have to come now with a concise documentation and the process of testing, displaying of everything they have said. And if they don't see it fit, you know what? They'll just go and say, you know what? You don't even know what you're talking about. They'll look for another company that can do it for them. You provide the test, and there are two ways they always show it. They call one test-driven development. So I'm just want to break things to show you what ONPASSIVE is doing. It is cumbersome and it is so complex. They have test-driven, they call it TDD, test-driven development. That you test before you build. And they have BDD, behavioral-driven development. You develop and then you test based on the behavior of the software. You know, so they ask which one comes first. Test-driven development comes first because you need to test. For instance, Mr. Ashmufara talked about unit testing. How do you test a unit? I was talking to Lynn. I say, if we look at our login screen, the OES, you have the first field, enter your email, you know, your Omail. That Omail is a function. That function can have maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units combined to form that particular function. You don't know when they break it down. It's about a lot of units to form that function. So if you build a unit, how do you test the other unit to make sure? It's because you start from a unit to component to system. How do you do that? So this is the complexity of any software development. So when Ms. Ash views that, and unit test is always done by developers, programmers, those who program, they build it, then they test it. They have something they call stubs and drivers. You know, you build it and then you have a pseudo code, you can test it. So that's complex. I don't want to share it here because it's something complex. But you build something to test this. So you have this, you build this, my finger. You said, okay, now build this finger. It's like this. How do I know it's working? You need to build something to fit it, like a jigsaw puzzle. You don't have this. How do you build it? They call this pseudo code. They just call it, okay, I can call it like a code that is just is something, you know, it's just a complex or a form. You know, when you have a block mower, you have the form. So you said, all right, I can put it and form it. All right, I know that is the form. If it works, then I'll build something like this. So it's just like a dummy data which you can use to test. Let me just call it that way. But it's a stop and driver. So now, once you've had that, you build that, what next do you do? Mr. Andrew talk about you have to test it. That is the complexity. Build, test. Now you have that, then you talk about integration. Mr. Ash talk about they went through integration testing, they went through system testing, because you have to start to integrate them. It's like you build a block, you put the cement and you add a block, you integrate them together. And all of those things, they come with a lot of APIs coding, because how will one component or one unit talk to the other? It talks to the other with API, application programming interface. They have to have that interface. Now you test, and you go. So Ms. Alva explained all this testing life cycle. You know, you go through that process. All right, we remember Mr. Ashufara came and said last time, oh, they had these little issues. They discovered because we're supposed to go 31st, remember? And then they had that issue. It never passed QA. Because QA, they are the gateway. If they said, no, there is nothing you can do. If QA said it is over, we cannot go out, Mr. Ashufara doesn't have anything to say. He'll say, okay, you'll be frustrated and devastated, but there is nothing you can do. The directors doesn't have any control. They'll ask you, okay, why we shouldn't go out? You know what they'll say? Look at it, we have 100 defects. Though we find this defect, when we're trying to test this, we discover another defect. They call it defect cascading. There is the founding of one defect, give rise to the founding of another defect, and more and more and more. So in IT, they call it defect cascading. You know, so you look at all of that, you say, no, we cannot. And the defect can be complex or simple, something that you can fix instantly, and some you say, no, it will take us one day because the complexity is a lot. If we touch this particular function, we don't know how many things that will be affected. For instance, I said it with Lynn, I think we were chatting with Maddie, I said, how many calendars do we have in ONPASSIVE ecosystem? Every area you go to Omail, there is calendar there where you can set your event. You come to Onet, there is calendar there. I think there's another area where you can see calendar or stuff like that. You know, when you look at the structure, one can depend to the other. What if you go, there's an issue with Omail calendar, you fix that issue. You test that issue, you say, why it's working. What you need to do is you need to go to Onet to check if the calendar is still functioning. Because if they are dependable, you fix this, you can break the calendar of Onet because it is a single sign-on application integrated in one form. So sometimes the same code run, you know, you build this and you say, yeah, we can implement it using this code. And then they have the same system. They call it dependencies in IT. Once you check it, you must check all of those things. And that test is called regression. So when you test one thing, you need to run a lot of tests again. And for instance, only our login screen, you know, the login screen, the enter email, enter password, click on submit button or cancel. A QA can sit and write 100 tests to test only that function, that three thing. Omail can have thousands upon thousands of tests. So it's not only about fixing, testing, and go. Thousands of tests. There are times I've seen it in a company, my own company, I wrote 300 tests for one application. It wasn't easy. And when you write it, you must make it reusable, where you can use it, because if not, it's so cumbersome. Now, Mr. Ashufara talk about automation. Thank God that automation is coming and is really in play. So now it's not only automating the system, you automate the test, you know. So you have testers, QAs that are automation testers. They write all the code. So for instance, if I write like 300 tests, 1,000 tests, to run it is not easy. It takes weeks, months to run all those tests. What can we do now to eliminate that repetitive job? We'll automate it. We say, all right, we can click a button and the test that I can run for 1 week will just take a second to run. And when the developer changes something, it will just come with an error and say, oh, you've changed this, and then they can easily fix it. And that's why they automate it to make it easy. You know, so now Mr. Ashwa touched these two sides, manual automation, which is good. It means the system is really, really going. Before he will come out and make that statement, it means we are really in a good position. It means QA have put their thumb up and said, now we are happy you can go. Because any doubt, they will not accept. Even if they sleep and think like, oh, I've done all these tests, but I'm not still happy with it. They can tell Mr. Ashford, wait, I'm still thinking about something. We cannot allow it to go because there is something still striking me that we are not ready here. Not because they want to delay, but because something in their mind, their judgment is saying something. And when they start to hit that side, they will find it. So they will look at the performance, the functionality, the security part of it, everything. They run everything to make sure the site. And then now what will happen? That is, they call it, all those tests, they do it in-house. They call it alpha testing. We always talk about alpha. And then beta testing. Now, thank God we have acceptance testers. These people, they see, their job is to look at it based on the functionality. Look at everything. They say, this is what Mr. Alfred said. Thumbs up, we accept. Thumbs up, we accept. They agree everything. And that's why Mr. Alfred said, we have done acceptance test, which is beta test. They've done it. So now we can all sit and say, wow. And that's what really struck my mind. When Mr. Alfred mentioned all these things, I said, you know what? There is no doubt anymore. No doubt anymore. To come out and mention all of this is a big statement. Because you know what? If anything go wrong, all those guys will be fired. That's the truth. Developers, they don't fire developer easily. They fire testers every day. QA, because you have decided to say it is good. Meanwhile, it's not good. Your job is to find defect. Your job is to give confidence to the software. That is their job, to give confidence. And they must be 99% sure before the software go out. If you are not sure, it's better you said, I don't know. And in QA environment, you don't say yes for, you don't take yes for an answer. You don't take no for an answer. The only thing you know is why. QA, they always think like mad people. They think out of the box. So when you tell me, Dr. William said, Collins, do it, I'll say, why am I doing it? When you say don't do it, I say, why am I not doing it? Why? Why shouldn't I? Because I want to know the right answers. Because when you test, you find something, you can say, no, Dr. William said this, but now find A, B, C. And then secondly, there are people who affirm you have to be sincere. They talk about loyalty. You must be committed. You must be trustworthy, because you cannot put someone who is not trusted. It's not about but it's about trust, that they can put this company on your hand. You are the gateway and you said, yes, I'm happy. This is the beauty about it. Now, I've talked about all of that, and besides I talk about apps coming, we're talking about mobile application. Though a lot of people were doing, and we used to go to our mobile app, we log in, we are happy, we celebrate. I always said, you know what? It is not, the software was not and when people find complete issues, they say, oh, I can't do it on my phone. I said, no, the system was not designed for mobile application. Though you can, this is a web browser application, you can open it there, which is good, but it has not been designed for that. And thank God, Mr. Ashmufara now will be coming out now with a mobile app where you will be able to download maybe from Safari or from Apple Store. You do your own stuff, and you will see the beauty when you will start to do that on your own mobile app. You will see the beauty and say, wow, this is really great. So the mobile app is coming, which is great. But now the topic for today, that was just a thing I picked. We can go in details. But the topic for today is when, how, and why should we engage? When we look at when is now. Now. This is the time for you to be engaged. If you've not been doing it, this is the time. Because last time I talked to Lee, I said we can have a lot of webinars, because there's nothing without educating ourselves. But what if Connect goes to the market? A lot of founders will be busy because, for instance, we have our brother Abdil. The first thing we want to do is to activate all his accounts. We want to do a lot of things before answering your question. That's the truth, Mister. You want to take care of yourself before you take care of others. You cannot abandon yourself, because each and every one, whether we like it or not, as you're a founder, you have a business in ONPASSIVE. You own a business, you're a business owner. You become a reseller of the IT products. maybe the hardware and the software will become an independent resellers. Independent reseller means you own a shop. In a layman way, you own a shop. Will you decide to leave your own shop on field to go and help your neighbor to fill the shop, to fill the shelf? No, you do yours first, then you turn around and say, oh, this is the time I can help my neighbor and try to help, you know. So now that we have this meeting, this webinar, when I go to a webinar, I say, no, this is the truth. This is the thing we're supposed to be telling founders. I will not come here. Now I want to see myself as a founder, as a user. I don't want to see myself. I've talked about IT, and I want to see myself as a normal user. What will I be doing? Will I be looking at Burj Khalifa and say, wow, it's great? Or taking picture of the metro station and say, wow? Or will I sit in my quiet corner with my laptop and grow my business? Of course, I'll sit in my quiet corner and grow my business. Why should I do it? Why? When? This is the time for you to start to understand what you need to do when the time comes. As my father said it, Rob and Lynn show, when the lady asked, I always forget her name, what should I be doing? Mr. Father said, you know what? And I'll give the answer here and then we'll break it down. I will open an office. If you don't have an office, open an office in your little room or a quiet corner. Put your laptop there. You know, put your laptop. If you have a pen and paper, write this thing and just look at it in your own quiet time. You know, he said, go to webinars. Start to be engaged. Go to webinars. If you go to webinars, you come out, you don't get it, call someone. And if you go, you are not getting it, try other webinars. You know, because the time of saying a lot of things, explaining technology, for me, I said that day is over. If you want one-to-one, I can do it one-to-one. But I don't need to come out because this is not wide. We cannot take a complex situation. Ms. Ash have taken the complexity of technology, simplify it. We cannot come back and make it too difficult for the founders. And one of the things when we speak, we just have to remember that we are not talking to ourselves. We are talking to all kinds of people. Those who are they don't know anything about technology. Those who are not marketers, they come with one intention: to click and make their money. Go. Those who come as well to use the solution. So when you have a webinar, you are speaking, ask yourself, am I talking to myself or am I talking to those who are listening to me? Don't feel good about yourself. Feel good that you've transmitted information that will help somebody. Why do you have to engage? Attend webinars, the Sanfra said. Attend corporate meetings. Pick all the information. Secondly, rate an office in your house. Yeah, that's now. How will you engage? I want to go how. The why is, the when is now. Engage now. Attend. How do you engage? Attend webinars. How? Attend webinars. Go to your OES. Start to know your OES, the whole ecosystem. What is there for me? You know all founders. And when I talk about all founders, it's about update, corporate update. Read it. If you're a founder, you're not used to logging in, this is the time for you to log in, read corporate update, because that's where all of us are getting information. You know, and then the OES, what is there? That is for OES. If I were anyone, I listen to Madi and I listen to most of these great leaders a lot. I pick what I want to pick. And sometimes I just go like light bulb. I say, okay, now I know what I need to do. In OES, what should you be doing? How tells everybody, know about your marketplace. Know marketplace, because that is the magic of ONPASSIVE. Know where your users are. Do you have your users here? How many users you have? Because when they start to drive traffic, they'll be coming to your users. That's the customer base, you know. Look at your contact list. Everything is okay. Those you brought directly, there will be some of their information will be there. You can call them because you own a business. You'll be calling, you can call those you brought and say, oh, I can see you are not growing your business. Can I help you? Because you are growing. Remember, it's a team effort. You have team bonus and you have personal effort, personal bonus. If your teams are not growing, you will not grow. You abandon them, you will not grow as well, as fast as you want. But when you help them, look at them, the way they are growing their business, say, no, I think this is the right way to do the business. As they grow, guess what happens? You make more commissions as they make commissions. But if you abandon them, you will not make. Now, how do you grow your business? Say you enter ONPASSIVE. Let me give for argument's sake, Connect. Ms. Andra can decide to put it on package. I don't have money, I go the lower package. The lower package can take 100 or 200 participants on that particular platform I've paid. How do I grow it? When I make commission, I move to the second one, I move to the third one. It can take me 1, 2, 3 months, but I will make sure I max it out. Because I always say something. I said, if you own a shop, this Mr. Abdil is here, own a shop. I own my own shop. I'm selling 2 bags of salt. Mr. Abdil is selling 50 bags of salt. Someone is looking for 25 bags. Where would they go? They'll go to Mr. Abdil. They cannot come and buy 2 bags from me, go and buy the rest. So they go. So if someone is looking for a higher place, a performance place, for instance, someone wants to make an event that will contain 2,000, 3,000, and I have only my platform can take only 500. When they drive traffic, well, this artificial intelligence will look around. Who has that platform that can take this amount? That's what I'm thinking. That's me. That's me. I'm thinking now as human. They will drive it to those people who have that high platform because you don't have. So all of us will be getting the same, but when they start to reach that higher, they start to push it to those who have the higher platform. Someone will not be looking for 3,000. They come and give it for someone with 1,000. The person will say, no, I didn't ask for 1,000. I'm looking for a platform that can take 5, 15, 20, 30,000. And what you just offer me is like our star said, this Zoom we are here can take 500. After 500, we are maxed out. Nobody can come in. So if somebody is looking now for a place that can take 1,000, they will not come to our sister. They will go to those who have that 1,000. True or false? That's the truth. So max your business up. Don't limit yourself. Go to the highest. Mr. Ashmofara said it. Own all paid products. So you have every product is a stream of traffic and a stream of income. Remember, you own a shop. Somebody can come once and buy this, buy that, buy this, everything, buy 5 different things. That's different stream of income. Don't limit yourself. Like there are people who just have all connect, they go and start to celebrate. No. Build your business within 6 months, 5 months, 1 year. Keep your eye on that marketplace and update. Whatever they say is coming, paid product, own it. When you own it, if you can max it up, because it's just one. You pay one time, everything's coming off your profit. And then that's the way you grow your business. Buy extra traffic if the time comes. 6 months, your generation will never suffer. Maddie always said it. 6 months after, your generation will never suffer. You settle your generation, maybe your 100 generation for life. You know, you can die and die as a happy person. You know, you've done your part. And this is the thing I'm preaching. I said, when I listen, the time of talking about technology is over. I don't need to know technology. I made a statement here. Do you think the owner of Burger King is eating there with his family? No. The only thing they'll ask you, oh, this sauce is finished. The man don't care about the sauce. Okay, how much does it cost? He said, okay, the sauce costs, the employee, those who are working there, it costs this, our boss. He said, okay, what is the return of investment if I buy it? They said, oh, when you buy this, you put it in the shop, you can make what amount of. Say, okay, go and do it. Go and do it. I just want to see the money that I'm getting. They don't really care about it. They just put it in the shop. Not everything you sell, you eat. Like I see some founder, they said, why should I own something? I can't use it. No, you don't have to use it. You don't need to know it. Those who know it will come for it. Mr. I said, don't bug people. Yes, they will give us our referral link. If you cannot do it, buy extra traffic. If you cannot share, and what I will do if I want to share my referral link, I will share it to those I think they can pick it up, or my close friends who miss the opportunity and they are crying to come in. I don't mind sharing with them. But do you think I'll carry O Connect go? I cannot even say O Connect because the questions that they will ask you will be crazy. You cannot go to a company, try to bug them, or leave it for those who are professionals who want to do it and they know what to say. You know, but if you cannot, just buy your extra traffic, do the simple things, and Mr. Ashmofara will do the hard job for us. Because anyway, they are taking all the difficult job out of us, and they want you to just sit, relax, you know, enjoy your life to the fullest, and just push that button, you know, push the button, own it, buy your extra traffic, stay in your own quiet corner and do it. Don't bug. Mr. I said, don't go and bug people. That I heard people are creating lists and this, please don't bug anybody. Mr. I said it that day. But if you want to do it, it's up to you. But remember that the traffic that Mr. Ashmofara is bringing is organic traffic, targeted traffic. What you will be doing will not be targeted. You try, you do it, but Do you want to do it? Because I know there are people who will do it like Martin Digamo. They are perfect. They are marketers. They can show you, but if you cannot do it, I'll say, you know what? Don't worry yourself, because just pump extra traffic. So the options are there. If you are a good blogger, I always say those who are educated and like blogging, we have Onet. Onet will give you extra stream of income. Write a nice thing on blogs. Write it there. Traffic will come there and you see commission, you'll be making commission. Those who can do podcasting, do it. You know, the only platform that have podcasts is Onet. Podcast, you want to do podcast, I think Dr. William said you have to pay. If you want to have a podcast too, you pay for it. It's not free. We have it free. So founders should make use of it. If you are a good podcaster, go and learn about it, use it to the fullest. You'll make extra stream. This answer, you'll be making money. We don't know how much, but you'll be making money, same like someone who is sharing links out there if you want extra. So anything you do in ONPASSIVE is gold, but don't bug people. And this is the only thing I will share. Know your OES. To anywhere you go, ask the question, how do I know OES? There are people who knows it, they will explain to you. If you can't one-to-one, you have my number, you call me, I will explain. As long as OES, I will explain it. Because that is where you should be as founders. You nail that place, you are done, you are set for life. And that's why I don't talk technology anymore. From the time I know, I say, you know what, if I come and talk about old tracker, old domain, you know, audit, all of those things, how would that benefit you? If there are complex code, I can even say, how would that benefit you? It will not help you as a founder. It's just like making your head go mad. But if I keep it simple, the way Mr. Ashbora put it, taking complex technology, make it so simple for us, let us keep it simple. Let us show founders what they need to do at this point in time to build their own business and grow very fast. Mr. Ashmofara is shaking the apple tree. What we have to do is to take our basket, go behind and pick our own apple. If you have a big basket, you will never finish it. You have a small basket, you will never finish it. You know, your own is just to collect. That is it. So I'll leave it there, Lynn. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Collins. That was a really good spotlighting of the corporate update, I thought. You know, within a few minutes, we were able to encapsulate the essence of the update. So thank you so much for that. And giving us an understanding about a little bit of software background, and all these things are things I think we find very interesting. You know, we talk about the creation of software is a very complex process. And for us who are lay people, we think, well, why can't the company just finish it? Can't they just create that particular software without realizing the complexity of the development process? And then, so once we get educated about this, it helps us to understand how much ONPASSIVE has accomplished, Collins, in a very short amount of time. I know you and I always discuss how the heck can Mr. Mufara be producing so much high quality software in such a short time. So he is a very brilliant man, entrepreneur with an IT background. We have everything in Mr. Mufara, and we are so, so blessed. So I hope that the people here today, when you hear the complexity and the challenges involved with developing software, you will appreciate how much has been accomplished within this company and in such a short time. And it helps us to be very patient as well. You know, I don't see too many people, Collins, asking, why is it taking so long? At the beginning, yes, maybe about a year ago or so, people were saying, wow, come on already, let's get going. However, when OTech Pros came into the vision, into people's eyes or vision, and we saw you guys speak and educate, I think that people came to realize that we are so fortunate that this company is going at rapid pace, right, Collins? It's not as if they're taking extra time or anything like that. So I think that with that knowledge, we can really be at peace that things are going very, very well. We're in good hands. So what we're going to do right now is we have Marty DeGarmo who's in the house. And what we would like to do is, Marty, if you don't mind just speaking a couple minutes And then we're going to go right into the Q&A, the question and answer session. We are asking people to stick with this topic. You know, we talked about the software part, the IT part. You have Collins here with you to answer that part. And then the marketing part, both Collins and Marty can handle very aptly. So we'll go into a Q&A. Again, for those of you who have just come in, we are going to avoid asking support-related questions. So any questions that normally should be asked of support, please keep them there. We ask you to stay on topic so that everybody can benefit and gain something from being here. So we take it now to Marty. We can go ahead and spotlight Marty DeGarmo. His camera's on. Are you available right now, Marty?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello. Good day, Singapore. Wow. I was wondering why it was so bright in here. Now I know why. See, you have Corinne here. She's a light bulb. Dr. Benny, all you guys. Oh, wow. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm not sure what we were talking about, Lynn. So if you want to, we're talking about the updates.
Yeah, Collins gave a brief update from the, you know, the pop-up in the back office. Then he talked about software related stuff.
Okay. I listened to Collins, so there's not a whole lot I can add to that. But the pop-up just tells us something big is about to happen. And once we get to where the links come out and we're going to see the public coming in a couple of weeks, because it will go commercial. Commercial means they're going to sell it. Obviously, they're not going to sell it until we own it. And once we own it and have our links, it's off to the races. And all the marketing, all the branding, the foundation that ONPASSIVE built has never been done on this planet. I don't mean ever, I mean ever. They build a foundation so that it can handle what's about to come. This is a grand opening that they're not going, I hope people will come. It's a grand opening going, can we handle the herd of people that's going to come in? It's very simple. Ash built it with heart. He built it to be the best with value second to none. He never mentioned price. He never mentioned, what is this going to cost me? He said, how do I have the best? How do I have unlimited? The 4 products that we have right now that are free, I could sell and never work again in my life. And they're free. If you look at each one, there's 10 or 15 components that no other company has. None. I'm not just saying there's none. I hear about people saying, well, what about the competition? We have 0 competition. And I'm going to tell you why. Normally, competition means if you're a runner, you're within seconds or tenths of seconds away from number 2. We are not tenths of seconds away from number 2. We're miles ahead, miles and miles ahead. Why? When they created products out in the world, the first thing they said is, can we make this? How cheap can we make it? And how much money can we make when we send it out? Ash doesn't have that conversation. That conversation never happened. His is, he saw, because remember, Ash has been in all these businesses too. He was a victim of people being ripped off just like everybody else. But he looked in there and said, this part of this is great. This part is horrible. This part is horrible. This part's horrible. So he took all the bad out. He added good and made it unlimited at a price that nobody could match. You can't go to a company and take, for example, his Zoom right now. He has 2 Zoom. Well, he's got 3 Zooms. 2 of them together are 10 grand a month. $10,000. 20,000 person package. It can't hold 20. When 20 gets in, it starts kicking people out. Yet he's paying for that, but it's not very steady. We hit 80,000. which is like, they don't even talk about it now. It's nothing. So that's where we're going. That's where companies get, look, when you get in, I always tell everybody, if you want to run, run. Ask me for the company built us Rolls-Royce Phantom. Why would you drive it like a Volkswagen? It doesn't make sense. You can push it as hard as you want. And I'm not asking you to be marketers because we're not marketers. That's why we're here. But you can buy extra traffic. I'm not saying out of your pocket. When you make profit, take the extra money, tell the company I want more traffic. You do that for 6 months and your grandchildren will never work again. That's a pretty good deal for $97. $97 is a joke. We're in something bigger than any of us can imagine. Just keep in mind, if we're a $2 trillion company one day, which I believe we will be, that means he's paying back $1 trillion. 1 trillion makes 1 million people $1 million a year. Just put that in perspective. So yeah, we're in a good spot. Things could happen any day because he said it starts anytime after the 12th. Well, it's the 13th. So we're off to the races. And I think we're going to be able to bless a lot of people because the foundation was set up with the hopes of helping others. So, and I tell this story everywhere I go. One day I called, I was talking to Ash on the phone and I said, this is before he's even busier than he is now. And I said, what, do you ever have time off? He goes, not very much. When you do, what do you do? He said, well, I had 4 hours yesterday. This is about a year ago. So what'd you do? Me and my 2 boys and my wife went to Costco, I believe it was, filled up our SUV with food and water. We gave it to the poor. That's what he did on his 4 hours off. That's who's running this company. So we are blessed beyond belief. I can answer some questions if you have any. That's really all I have. I'm losing my voice because I talk all the time.
Thank you, Marty.
Yeah.
As Oliver Fonte says, we are fine. In fact, we're way more than fine. As you shared some of those numbers and what the future is going to bring for us, it is just amazing, mind-boggling. At this time, we would like to begin the Q&A session. We will have Collins and Marty at the center of that, spotlit, please. And then we will bring in people who have comments or questions for Marty and Collins. So let's spotlight Collins. Thank you so much. And then we're going to begin. And again, for those of you who have just come in, no support type questions. Let's keep it to the topic of the webinar and to what you have heard from Collins and Marty. So let's add Marty to the spotlight and also Collins. Keep them there. You did a great job, Jeannie. That was right. Spotlight Collins. There we go. And as we have people ask questions or make comments relevant to the topic at hand, we will discuss them. And so go ahead and you can raise your hands. And what we ask you is we don't want questions about like things like how much money I'm going to make, specific commission type questions, things like that. Let's avoid those. Okay, let's talk about things that really people can learn from. All right, appropriate questions. So go ahead and raise your hands. We will recognize you. It sometimes takes a while for people to warm up to the Q&A, but once it gets going, it gets going. All right, we have Corinne from Switzerland, our strong leader present today. Great, we're grateful to have you. And we'll begin with your question or comment.
Aloha to everybody. This is Corinne Isabel Mikes from Switzerland. Thank you, brother Collins and brother Marty, and everybody who organizes. This is my first time here in Singapore with you. I've been live in Singapore, traveling and pastime, and I like it very much. It's very clean and people are very nice and correct. So I wanted to make a comment because I don't understand everything what Brother Colin said about software and everything. But you know, I don't have to understand, as I say, I trust my intuition. I trust why I stepped into ONPASSIVE. And that is so fulfilling for me because I always feel, you know, I'm a very empathic human being and I feel the energies. And we are in a field of abundance already. Abundance of wisdom, abundance of IT solutions, of everything at disposition of us. So what is a question for me? How to be engaged? To be engaged in myself first, to reflect, because ONPASSIVE is for me a living being with a great heart and with a soul. And it reflects to me, go on, Corinne, and evolve yourself. How can I grow? How can I update my own innerly software? Because I'm full of energy too. I have my programs. How can I release the programs they don't serve me anymore? The blockages, you know, it's just a process of getting evolved and grow. And then I ask myself every day and impulse to everyone, what is fulfilling for you? Do that. And ONPASSIVE is your vessel. You just have to choose what makes joy for you, what is making you happy. And this is creating your own resonance with the targeted traffic, so to say, without having the traffic, but it's the signal. So the old paradigm for me is changing the money and everything. I'm not in this mentality and consciousness anymore. I'm in trust and in faith, and I know I'm ready to receive and be in, so to call overflow. I know this is the terminology from MLM, but you know what I mean? I don't see the glass half empty or half full. I see the glass in the overflow all the time. So what is overflowing? We are gifting it away. And what gives you joy? So that's the readiness. I want to give the impulse how to get ready, and then it flows. It's the ONPASSIVE flow. It's a life flow. It's a flow of abundance. Share your inner voice and you'll get the targeted traffic for you. Of course, you can do everything else too. I'm just getting a flavor in for those who are saying, oh, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You are big. Take your crown, put it on, stand tall, listen to the beautiful song of Lerato Shadar, for example, or to music, lift yourself up. And if you can't do that, go to webinars and you are lifted up, because the energy of abundance is here and you are already abundant. You are. Take and embrace yourself, love yourself, because if you love ONPASSIVE, you have to love yourself, because it's in yourself. That's how I feel it. So I'm so excited and so grateful for all of us and for the whole world, because I know we are co-creating the new era now. That's my part, more or less. Thank you very much. Thank you for being.
I love what Corina just said now. You don't have to know anything. Like said, all what Colin said about, you know, you don't have to. That's why sometimes I feel not like when someone comes to me and said, I want to know about O-Tracker. The first thing I said, are you a business person? No. Do you own a company? Why do you want to know it? I said, it's of no use. The only thing you should know is take it from point A, put it to point B, Mr. Ashmufara will do the rest, and you make commission. I can't waste my time talking about it again. It is just crazy for you to know it because it's so complex. They have made it easy. Your job is to take it from point A to point B. Mr. Ashmufara will do the rest. And that's the beauty about ONPASSIVE. I don't really waste my time talking about it. If you're not a business person, you will never use it. Why should I waste my time explaining all of this? So I love it. That's why I just want to support your statement. You don't have to know this thing. It's really crazy.
Yeah, let me add something too. Hello, Corinne. In the United States, two of the richest women in the world are the Walmart sisters. Their father started Walmart back in 1956 or 57, whenever it was. and they are worth billions and billions and billions of dollars and keep bringing money in daily. They do not shop at Walmart. I'm pretty doggone sure. They don't even know what's in the store, but they have no problem getting a commission every time somebody walks past that cash register. You all own a cash register in ONPASSIVE, and anybody that comes into ONPASSIVE has to come to a founder, has to come to a founder. So if we've got 1 million founders right now, and we bring in 100 million or a billion or 2 billion, they have to come to a founder. And you don't need to know everything. I'm going to use a lot of the stuff because in my old life, I was a marketer and I enjoyed it. I hated the part I couldn't bring anybody with me. And ONPASSIVE, I can bring everybody with me because everybody's an expert marketer, everyone. And the beauty of this company, and I said this all week, last week, week before, it's the first company in the world that the poor will benefit first. Because if I get $500, it'll change my life. If somebody in Papua New Guinea gets $500, the same $500, it'll change a village's life. And that is the most beautiful thing I ever saw. And the company was set up. It doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care if you're fat, thank God. It doesn't care if you're black, white, green, purple, man, woman, what religion you are. You have people come in, you get a commission. It does not care. What a beautiful, beautiful company being set up that way. So I just wanted to add to what Corinne said. She doesn't know all the techie stuff. Of course not. But like Colin said, you're going to get in. If you want to know something, there'll be a 2 or 3 minute video explaining it, because Ash Mupara paid people millions of dollars to take the most technical thing in the world and make it so that my grandmother can operate it. That is technology at its best. That's all I got.
Thank you. And the whole point of it is that, as Collins and I talked about before, and in fact, Marty and I as well, we talked about when something is very, very complex, it's not easy to make it look simple. So, you know, what we're experiencing today is simplicity at its finest level. And I think we sometimes will take it for granted, but you know, it took a lot of time and effort and expertise to get to the point where a lay person can enjoy what we have today, you know, with ONPASSIVE. So we're really grateful for that. So we're going to go ahead and if we can keep Marty, myself, and Colin spot lit. What you do is when the person comes to ask a question, you click on more and click add spotlight, and that will just add the person so that we'll stay with the 3 of us on the spotlight. Jeannie, if you can try that. So add Marty and myself, click on add spotlight. And then
by the way, Collins, I see you more than my wife, okay?
They are all on spotlight, Lynn.
Okay, now they're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're coming back. We got Collins and Marty now, so just
Yeah.
need to
Add
go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, where are you?
Let me. I can raise my hand.
I can't see you now.
You can't see me. I'm co-host. So
Okay. Yeah.
there you
you're
go.
back.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Actually, 3 of you were spotlighted, but I don't know why it went off. Yeah.
Oh, because you got to hit add spotlight. Well, maybe it's the Zoom thing. It might not be you, so no problem at all. So
Yeah.
now we go to, thank you very much. We now go to Abdi Alaso from, who lives in Australia, but is from Somalia, right, Abdi? And he is a strong leader in our company. We're grateful for his contribution, and we're going to add him to the spotlight. Click on his name, and there we go. Go ahead, Abdi.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Sister Lynn. Glad to hear your voice. I'm always here. And Rob, my brother Rob, glad to be here. All the leaders, and especially ONPASSIVE, Passion Global Singapore. We are local here. As a leader from the Somali community, we had a few Somali founders here tonight, and we always come here with our brother Francis Day with his Tech Tuesday, and we also come with Gene and here. We've been coming here for 1 year. So we are regular here as a Somali community here. I'll thank my brother Colin for his great info, and brother Mati as well, and all the other leaders. Indeed, I mean, I don't personally have a question, but this is always a reassuring about ONPASSIVE is done deal. I know it's done deal. I believe and I love ONPASSIVE, and I'm glad that I finally touched the spot where I can leave a legacy, not only for my family, but generations to come. So I have no doubt on that. But some of my people on the Somali community who are struggling, not techies, and sometimes not even able to log on their back office, they just somehow cannot manage whether it's the application or whether, no, it's not the application, but basically their old phones or not techie, basically. They are always have a doubts and not sure about it. And I tell them, look, whatever that needs to be successful, whether it's to logging in and knowing your product, buying your product, set your things up. Once you set up and once you engage, you are engaged. And Marty was saying, Colin was saying, when I was hearing that, that's what I always tell them. So I want to again, if Marty can reassure that ONPASSIVE is basically a done deal, not only for the corporate side for ONPASSIVE, but we as a founder. I know people from Papua New Guinea that we know their histories of not able to have the internet, similar to Somalia. We have a Yemeni, we have all global founders that might be not able to have a success, whether it's the internet, whether it's the actual laptop, whether it's the actual good 4K TV or digital. So how successful that this ONPASSIVE is that at the end, their bottom line will be better off?
Well, you know, I believe, well, let's put it this way. I was really concerned a couple of months ago about the KYC because I looked it up and it could cost a lot of money. And I thought, what are they going to do? They're going to have to pay out another $1 million because it's at least $1 a person to verify a KYC. And what did they do? And we didn't even know it. They created a whole KYC called OKYC. Not only are we not going to have to pay, it's another product that they can make money and bring revenue in for us. It's amazing. Listen, they've been behind the scenes. You got to look at ONPASSIVE like a iceberg. What we see at the top, what we see is about 1% to 2%. They are juggling many, and remember, ONPASSIVE is many companies. Many visionaries have already joined. We don't know who they are. Many professors have joined. We don't know who they are. Susan was asked to come to Egypt by the president of Egypt. They're not playing a small game here. This is big. That's why when you see Ash on the screen, there's only so much he can say. Why? Because some founders can't be trusted. It's just sad. It's sad, but it's true. And he doesn't want to talk about something unless it's a done deal. So if he brings it up, it's a done deal. Now, for people in places like Papua New Guinea, where they got to go get a generator, put gas in it to get some kind of internet, we take for granted internet. I hit the button, I'm on. Most of the world doesn't have that. But you can rest assured Ash is going to make it. And he explained this, and Collins explained how it works. When you log in, as time goes by, as you log into ONPASSIVE, there'll be like a laser point from you to ONPASSIVE, wherever you are. It will enhance the signal that you have. It won't make it perfect. It won't make it like mine, but it'll make it greater so that once that connection is there, it'll brighten up and you'll be able to see more, do more, and get a better result. I also believe, because our founder is, I can't think of another word, crazy, I would not be surprised. He'll be putting satellites in the air and getting satellites roaming around these countries that don't have good internet. Because right now we got 5.6 billion people that are on the internet. That leaves out almost 4 billion people, 3.5 billion are not on the internet. And why? Because of technology. You got to believe we're going to get a wide range of people coming into ONPASSIVE, but we're also going to, as the world goes, inviting more people into ONPASSIVE, because I believe the technology is going to start swelling over the world. So that young man or that young woman in Africa or Papua New Guinea or wherever, the day will come, they go click, 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 and they got the same service I have. And listen, it's not going to be forever. You're going to see things move rapidly, I believe. I mean, like I said, he made a platform that invites visionaries. I want to explain something real quick. There's a lot of ideas in the world. But if I came up with an idea that had to do with energy, I would have guys, men in black, knocking on my door, offering me $1 million, buy my patent, and crush it up and throw it in the trash can. Why? Because they don't want that technology out there. Right? There's a lot of countries that run off of oil. There's a lot of countries that run off of gas, natural gas. So what happens? It's not very safe to come onto a platform that's wishy-washy, or some farmer in Iowa or some young guy in Africa who invented something that is unbelievable, but it never comes to market. ONPASSIVE built an aircraft carrier for freedom of thinking. And these people that have these ideas, these people that's what they did for a living, that's how they live. They see what Ash did and they're knocking on his door going, can I come in? You darn right. You darn right you can. Welcome, arms wide open. Really, I believe this with all my heart. These are conversations we have. And you look at things and you go, well, man, that's such, you can't believe that there's not things to cure things. Right? You know, I look at these big organizations that they offer help if there's an earthquake or a tornado or a hurricane in different parts of the world. And yeah, they bring a lot of food, they do all the stuff, but the CEO of a giving company is paid $1 million a year. So does he ever want it to get great? No, because he has a vested interest in bad. Same with the insurance companies. I believe down the road, we'll have our own computers, we'll have our own healthcare, we're going to have our own banking, we're going to have all. Now, this is my opinion. Okay, I'm not asked before and I don't work for the company. But if you look at where we've been and you look at what we've done, you gotta know where we're going is unbelievable. No, listen, I thought we would wind up in Dubai 5 years from now. If we were lucky, we're in Dubai before we were born. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think other companies have more money than ONPASSIVE? Of course they do. It wasn't about the money. People in Dubai said to Mr. Mufara, what do you got? And he opened the curtain that we haven't seen yet. And they went, come on in, brother, and bring everything you got. No, I really believe it. Listen, it wasn't an accident. None of this is an accident. It does, that train station, what is it? I'll take a wild guess, $1 million a year. He probably paid, he's going to wind up paying $10 million for that. Do you think we were outbid? I believe we were, but it's who we are. And Dubai wants to be the top AI in the world. And they're looking at this crazy company with this crazy leader, with these crazy million people who say, we can do that, because as said, if I can believe it, I can do it. He told me I've got one product that 8 billion people will need. And when he says 2 years from now, when you look at the world, it will look different. He's not joking. And why would he say that? Because he's at 40,000 feet. He sees everything ahead. He can see the land of milk and honey. And he's yelling down to us, the view is unbelievable. We got to trust what he sees. Because every level I go up, I'm blown away. I can't even think. Every day I think, well, I can't get any better than this. a year ago, we went into Burj Khalifa and I said, oh, that's great. We start at the top. How are you going to match it? They blow that away every month. And how much money is asked for since last June 23rd? Not a nickel. And if he was greedy, why would he shut down the founder position in June of 2022 when he was bringing in 38,000 people a day?
Yes, I remember that.
He's not worried about the money. He has the ingredients of being the #1 company in the world. He did it with heart. He's going to give unbelievable value at the highest technology that everyone can afford. There's no competition. Where are you going to go? You're going to go to a shareholder in Apple and say, hey, look, we've got a plan. We're going to restructure that we're going to care for the consumer first and then worry about the money later. That CEO would be wrapped up in plastic and shipped off by Monday. They don't want to hear that because they run off of money. Ash was so smart. He said, if I do this, 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 and this, add them up like an ingredients to a cake, the ingredients of ONPASSIVE is more money than any company will ever make, because that's not what he focused on. I know I went crazy, but
Thank you.
okay.
That's absolutely very much what I was looking for, and it will let me to again and again reassure my community that they are in a great shape of their life. Thank you much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so Abdi, one of the things you need to tell them again, because I always said when there is a will, there is a way. Internet shouldn't be an obstacle for you not to be in the ecosystem. If you ask most of those founders in Africa, I've spoken to some in Cameroon, how many times do you go to Facebook? They go to Facebook always. They go to YouTube always. They go to TikTok. It's the same internet they are using. Why can't they use that time to spend on logging into the ecosystem?
Onet, yes.
So if you look at all this, there's no excuse, because I can have internet. Remember, it's an automated system. You tell them this is an automated system. They just need to go, drag, drop, activate, go to sleep. If there is no internet, ONPASSIVE will not stop. It's working around the clock. So your wallet will be accumulating. The moment internet comes, you go and check your wallet, you'll be celebrating. Because it doesn't stop for you. It still works for you, even though you have poor bandwidth. The moment you do that little things where you have the internet, the power, do it. If it slows down, go to sleep. You wake up the next day, you get internet, you do it. You will still be successful. But the time they are spending on Facebook and all of that, I said, when you have strong bandwidth, why don't you go to the ecosystem? You spend time on Facebook and spend time on that. That's really, because it's like they've not seen, as Maddie said, they've not seen it. They see it with their eyes, but they don't have it in their heart. The moment they start to see ONPASSIVE from the heart, it is finished.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abdi Alasso. You got more than you asked for, right? Wasn't that great? You look happy.
Absolutely.
It's
Sweet,
wonderful.
you see apples. I like it. Thank you.
Right on. Good. Very good. All right. At this time, I'm going to add Dr. Bill Williams because he's got a tight schedule today. He's hosting a Zoom in a few minutes. So we would love to hear from Dr. Bill Williams before he has to go. So if you would, Jeannie, add Dr. Bill to the spotlight, please. Make him co-host as well.
Done.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Lynn, good to see you, Marty, Collins, Abdi, everybody. Hey, I just want to come in and say hello. It's wonderful to see everybody taking a spot on the spotlight. And I'm saying prayers to Mabel to get well soon. I know she's out today. So I want to just say a few words as I go between webinars. I just got off a webinar with a fellow in Africa who has been there for 20 years as a missionary. And his specialty is building bridges, pedestrian bridges over ravines, streams, and rivers. Think about it. If you have a school on one side and a village on the other, and the river or the valley is deep, how do the kids get across to school? They go across on his bridges. And that's the only way a lot of people can get to their next village or place they're going. So I've been talking with Harmon Parker today, and I'm explaining to him about OBless. I'm explaining to him about ONPASSIVE's coming and the O wallet where we could transfer funds around the world. So I gave him the idea that help is coming, that we're on the way. And this is kind of what all of us are doing is we're, excuse me, we're lining up good projects all around the world that can help people in need because we know what's coming. The OBless is coming. And so when we hit the ground, we'll have projects ready to go. And so I want to bring him in as a reseller immediately so that he can take advantage of the benefits of being funded as he is funded. And we all know what that means. So anyway, I want to just say that we're working hard on the next step. That's what we do. And we're looking for projects. And this is going to be his small idea. It's not small. He wants to build 50 bridges in Africa. Well, I think he's going to build 500 when he knows what OBless can do. And this will go beyond Kenya where he's based. So anyway, this is Harmon Parker. I just want to introduce the name. And the last thing I wanted to say was that we are sitting tall in the saddle. I looked that term up, sitting tall in the saddle. That means that you're successful. That means that you're strong and steady. And that when you're high in the saddle, that means you have control. You have control over the horse going through the rough terrain because you have the proper stance and structure with that saddle on that horse. So we are basically, as the founders, we are high in the saddle, riding high, because ONPASSIVE is a mighty steed charging over multiple obstacles. And I'm proud that we are together as a team. And I just wanted to say thank you for the kind words you've always given us, and Collins for your technical explanations, and Marty for your motivation, and Lynn for your leadership. It just keeps going and going. What we're doing has no bounds. Thanks for letting me be a part of this today, and good luck. And I'll see you soon again on another webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. And hold on one second. As I was saying, thank you, Dr. Bill. And you know, Harmon Parker is just one of millions of people who are going to make an impact on humanity. So that's the exciting part. And we have the tools now through ONPASSIVE to make all of these goals become a reality. That is very, very exciting. All right, now we go on to Dr. Benny Intinglet, and she is a dedicated, committed leader in this community, and she would like to say a few words. Welcome, Dr. Benny. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Auntie Lynn. I really appreciate it. But the first thing I want to greet each and everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my brothers and sisters, my queens and kings, my goddess Corinne. Thank you. And I really want to thank our Father in heaven for bringing all of us here today. I want to thank our Father for bringing our CEO to all of us. If it wasn't for our CEO, we would not be here today. Brother Collins, thank you so much for the magnificent presentation. I know that Auntie Lynn said we should talk about...
One second. Let's see who. Jeannie,
Yeah.
there's a setting, and you go under participants. You see the word more at the bottom,
Uh-huh.
and it says allow participants to unmute themselves. Go ahead and uncheck that button.
Joanne, please. Joanne,
Under,
no, she's the host.
oh, okay.
Joanne, can you help, please? Under participants.
at the bottom is invite, mute all, and more. So click on more and uncheck the option that says unmute themselves. Allow participants.
Joanne? Joanne, are you there?
I think she's away from her computer. It looks like her video is off.
No, I'm
So you-
here. I'm here. I'm
Okay.
trying to do that. Lynn, you mentioned about the invite. What do I do then?
So there's an invite button, a mute all button, and a more button.
Mute
So
all, right? Mute all, right?
Oh, no, the more button to the right. It's not mute all. It's the more button that appears to the right of mute all. There's a more button. Do you see it? Okay, good. Now people will not be able to unmute themselves, so we won't have all the bleeding in of the sounds anymore. Thank you so much. Now we go back to Dr. Benny. Thank you. You can continue, Dr. Benny.
Yes, okay, yes, please. Thank you so much. So as I was saying, thank you, Brother Collins, Brother Marty, Dr. Bill. I want to appreciate each and everyone coming here. Thank you again for your technical expertise, Brother Collins. I know that you said we should focus on the marketplace, but I believe marketplace is also the ecosystem. So I don't know whether you call members, like people under their team. Well, they say we shouldn't say team members, right? I don't know. But I do have a question from one of my members stated. Please permit me to ask this question. I have heard some people haven't migrated to the ecosystem. Isn't it the company's responsibility to do so? First, they already have a list of all the registered members, which I think wouldn't be a problem for automatic migration. If someone close to the technical staff can propose that, I think it will be much more easier. I come in peace. So this is the question. This is what I asked the person a question. Have you migrated to the ecosystem? He said, yes, sir. I say, then all of us, if this is your business and this is your company, all of us need to migrate by ourselves. We don't have to wait for the company to do so. So I want to make sure that I answer that person correctly.
100%. 100%. That was good. And one of the things I wanted to correct, Dr. Benny, I didn't mention like highlighting the marketplace. I said ecosystem. All the functions there, you need to know how it works.
Okay.
So it starts from marketplace right to your contact list. And any other function that Mr. Ashifara would deem necessary and important for us to run our business will be included there. We should familiarize ourselves, ask our questions, how to buy credit, because there are things that people don't know. They think they'll just activate straight. There's a place that you buy credit. You charge your wallet with credit because everything on passive is credit. You get credit, you charge your wallet. For instance, we have 10 credit now. How do you activate a product? You must charge it where they'll open the payment gateway, you buy the number of credit, and then you activate the product. And then there's also different things that will happen within. But it's just for us to look at it now, ask ourselves questions. What are the functions? What does it stand for? Are we able to use it when the time comes? If you don't understand it, ask questions. Look at the user manual. It's there. Everything is there. I got it from there. I read it all from there. So everything is just well explained. There's the video, there is the user. Read it and you will know the whole ecosystem, because that is where the magic is. And for what the question that the guy asked, automated system. So let's put this, let's be sincere and serious, because sometimes we are not serious on passive. So there is a time somebody will say, let Mr. Ashmufara build an automated system that will transfer the money from your wallet to your bank account. And then you go and tell the bank, please, can you automate the system that the money will land on my palms? They'll tell you, go and sleep. Because we want easy life, but there are things that we must do it. Mr. Ashmufara take the heavy lifting, We can't just sleep every day and just say, do this for us, do this for us. No, there are things that we need to do. And we should remember that everything comes with compliance. Maybe we forgot that there is compliance. You do something legal to say, hey, Mr. Ashofa, you cannot do it because it's against the law, or come after you. You know, so we know that when it comes to IT company, you have the compliance department, you have this, you have advisory. People will look at things and say, hey, it will bring you trouble. Don't do it this way. Allow them to do it themselves. There's the choice for you to do it. And there's a reason why Mr. Andrew said, go and do it yourself, because a lot of things, Dr. Benny, you know this, IT, there's a lot of compliance within. And you cannot just mess up with a company, a multi-trillion-dollar company, one person will say, it's better you just say, you know what, it's more than me. And if you cannot do this in ONPASSIVE, honestly, you'll never succeed anywhere. Even the job you are doing now is hard. It's hard. It's hard for me as well, you know, and I want to have that easy life. I remember there was a day Maddie said, Collins, what if Miss Angela want to hire? I said, no, Maddie, I don't want to do it, because what Miss Angela have done it is so simple for me. So if I reject this easy one, where else can I go? It means I just have to go and wait until the day God said, it is over for you, come and rest. You know. So I just want to.
Thank you. Dr. Benny.
One more question, please. This is about Omail, please. A lot of people, or should I say our brand ambassador, they have really migrated to the ecosystem, but the Omail is telling them, like when you go and click the Omail, it's saying that you have not registered. But despite the fact that you have registered, so what is the problem, please?
Yeah, let me say something about that.
Please. Yes, please.
The ecosystem with Omail, Otrim, Onet, I don't do anything with them yet. If you read what I said, they did a facelift with the whole ecosystem. We're going to see that any day. When you see OConnect and you get the links, you're going to see a refresh of the whole system. Here's what happens. Collins can make it more professional. I'm going to make it my way. There's a lot of little bugs, a lot of little wrinkles that happened throughout the last 2 months. They collect this data and they have another whole platform of ONPASSIVE, and they do all the adjustments, do all the repairs, and then they slide it into place. That other dimension, there's another whole platform, is already done. And a lot of these little bugs like the Omail, you know, I used Otrim, and a couple months ago, everything disappeared. It's because they're working on it. When the new system comes in the next few days, we should see a Ferrari. It should be really, really nice. That's what they're doing, because you can't come in and piecework. Like, oh, this is happening. Okay, let me go fix this for Marty. This happened. Let me go fix it for Fred. There's a million people. They got to do it in one blanket. So what's happening is there's a whole platform, and the switch is off. And Ash told me a week ago, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but it's done. They just need to hit the switch. But to do that, remember, we're intertwining many things. So everything's strategic. But any of the products that aren't quite right, they are right. We just don't see it yet. And very soon, when you see this, and we may not even notice the blank down, because they're really good at transferring from one to the other. When it's done, then you're going to see Onet, OConnect, and all that working perfectly. And at that point, you'll see OConnect, where you can go in and we can all chat with each other for a couple of weeks. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I had to make it make sense for me, Dr. Benny.
Yeah,
okay?
Buddy, you said it right. You said it right, like you've been in there. You know, when it comes to defect, you know, Dr. Benny, you know this, they always prioritize defect. Because, you know, the technology, they build new functionality. And when the QA finds defect and what we see, and they have monitoring system that pick a lot of this, what they do, they can say every 3 months, we'll do a new release of all the defects that we found. Not that we'll be sick. Even if they bring something new now, the new facelift, we'll still see something this will still be there. But they will not come, as Maddie said, because Maddie, you find it, Dr. Benny, let's go and do it now. No, it takes a lot of process, you know, regression testing and all of those things, go through that cycle, start again. You have to go through the cycle until they are happy with it, but they'll have that version of that new release. They have the admin screen where they can see everything, but we as customers, let's take ourselves as customers now, we cannot see it. They've already fixed it, it's ready. Push the button, they said, okay, version this is out now, go. We look at it again, oh, there's something. They gather all those, they fix it, they say, we'll release it again in 6 months' time, not now, because we have other priorities we are dealing with. So they joined in that with that new functionality and the bug fix, they put it again, new release out. That's how Apple, all those top companies, they do it in Agile and all of those processes they are working waterfall, they do it. Because I always prioritize defect. But the company I work, I prioritize defect and say, all right, this defect, priority, P1, we'll release it this time. This, we can keep it. Whatever complaint, we don't listen to the customer, we follow what is right and how we want to release it. So the system will not break, the system is just standing there, tall. So they don't, not like they are not listening to us, but it's a process of releasing, you know, and I know, as I said, the new faceless is there, it will come out. Whatever we see will go to the next release and the new function.
And let me add something to that too. Keep in mind, let's assume there's, I don't know, 1,000 technicians in India. All of them have an account. So everything we see, they see, right? So some of them are having the same problem as Bob. Some of them have the same problem as Susie or Mary or Larry or whatever. And they're taking notes and they're getting it right. They don't just wait for info. They're involved in the process. Like when we go to O Connect the first time, you see Kamal looking down. You see the tech guys looking down. They're watching monitors and they're watching how things are working. Oh, the number's not working. This isn't working. You'll see Ash. He's texting. Now we look like they're ignoring us. No, actually they're working very hard, fixing things as we're talking and taking notes. So the next time it comes up, it was better. You guys remember the first O Connect, 150, 200 people, and we're jumping around like a bunch of knuckleheads, right? And next thing you know, we're at 80,000. The reason we got to 80,000 was because of the 2 times we were on before. They took the notes, they did some cleaning up, and they came back. They did it again, they came back. The same thing happened, just what Colin just said. Colin's, good job. I think I'll keep you, okay? I'm just kidding. But anyway, that's how things work. And that's what I love about ONPASSIVE, because the hardest guy to get to say okay is Ash. Now you know, guys, common sense, he's hemorrhaging money. He's hemorrhaging money. Nobody wants this to go quicker than he does, but he never lets that get in the way of quality. Never. And thank God above that he's that way, because when it's done, you don't have to sell something if it's good. Trust me, everybody that comes in is going to tell somebody. That is a hidden advertisement that we don't take into consideration. Organic traffic. Organic traffic is, guys, you will not, listen, I'm going to give you an example. You have trivia night and you invite your family to O Connect. They're just coming to play trivia. They don't care about O Connect. They're going to see the feature. Somebody gets an answer right, and you push the button that does cheers. Guaranteed you're getting text from the people on the screen going, hey, where did you get this from? Can I have it? Boom, it's over. And that's what people do. Good news travels. Sad thing is bad news does too. But good news travels fast, and it's free. You share it with 5. 2 of those 5 will share it with somebody else. It's natural because it's great. Anyway, I'm done again, I think.
I think
Thank
we're
you.
good on that one. Thank you, Dr. Benny.
Thank you. Thank you
That's a
so
good
much for
question,
coming.
Dr. Benny.
I really appreciate you, Brother Collins. Thank you so much for this software development. I mean, if you did not know this, we will not know what is happening. Thank you for really helping the 1.4 million, educating all of us. I appreciate it. Thank you, Brother Martin. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. All right. Now we go on to Kido Mogase. And if you don't know who Kido Mogase is, she's a brand ambassador who is in South Africa. You know, nothing stops her, even with load shedding. She's going to get to whatever she can get to. load shedding is a challenge there, as all of you know, but that doesn't stop her from being engaged. And so we're really happy to have Keto say a comment or ask a question today. Come on down, Keto. If you have a camera on, that'd be great. If you can't, that's fine as well. Are you there, Keto? I think we have to ask to unmute. I forgot
You
about
might not be able to unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, I just did that. Yeah. I
Hello.
asked-
Yes.
Sorry, Keto.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Sorry, I can't switch on my camera. I'm at work.
I can spotlight her, Lynn.
We understand.
Okay. So, if I may, Auntie Lynn, I would like to ask a question about websites in relation to update number 2. Now that the ONPASSIVE ecosystem app is going to be launched soon, do we still need websites, or is it still coming on soon? Because why I'm asking this is because I was just asking myself, okay, so how is the traffic going to be directed to us now? Or how is this thing gonna work? Thank you.
Collins or Marty can take that, either one of you.
Marty
Yeah.
will take it.
Yeah, I gotta try to figure out how I can wrap this out without talking too much. Okay, we were told in the beginning they're gonna run traffic for all of us. They are. We were told we have to have domains and all that. Listen, here's what will happen. And I don't know this 100%, but if I was a betting man, I would say this is exactly what's gonna happen. We all have our unique links. When they come out, there'll be a different code at the end of the link. It'll be a big, long link, and there'll be some crazy code. That code is you. All of these links will be put into a large rotator. And if somebody clicks on ONPASSIVE.com, it goes to Lynn. The next person goes to Colin. Next person goes to Jeannie. Next person goes to Karine. Now, that happens, okay, all over the world. There's maybe more than one. So they're looking at ONPASSIVE, they're looking at the high quality, but when they click it, they're being placed in your organization. Now, when the domains come out and you pick a domain, and let's say you pick a domain and you put your domain on it, and you're branding you could do that separate of what the company's doing, by the way, by sharing it on Facebook, put it in YouTube, whatever you do. And also you can tell the company, hey, I want you to drive extra traffic. Out of my 100%, I want 50% to go to this page. And that's you. But they're both you. But they can't possibly put in Marty DeGarmo and all these different names. They just go on. They have a list of every link of all the founders, and it goes in a rotator. One guy clicks, buys, the next guy clicks, doesn't buy, next guy clicks, does buy. And this goes on and on and on and on. And I have a rotator that's unlimited. And if you watch it, it averages out, everybody gets the same amount of traffic because it's constantly moving and moving and moving and moving. And it's pretty cool. And it's very simple. The company can do that. That's nothing for the company to do that. But that's what they'll do. They'll take the code and add it to the rotator and just spit out as people come in, because they have, in my opinion, I always got to say that because I say something, oh, Marty, yeah, this is me. I don't work for the company. I would not be surprised if we don't bring in like 3 million people a day. So you have to be able to go through these people in milliseconds, right? I mean, or even at the same time, actually. So that's what'll happen. That's all. But yeah, once you get the links, you know the company is saying that's good enough. That's what we were looking for. Now they'll upgrade them because we're never going to stay the same. Not with Ash running the company. He doesn't. He's constantly making it better. But at that point, they can make it better on the fly. You can have your website out there floating around in traffic and have it modified without you even stopping it. because they can modify anything on the fly while it's live. And that's the beauty of it. And there's many, we'll have, like you saw, we saw reseller and affiliate. The reason they wrote it like that is they're telling people that understand the word affiliate that reseller means the same thing. That's why they did it. A reseller is an affiliate. They just wanted to call it something different so we would understand what that meant. So you're going to have links for people that want to make a business out of ONPASSIVE. You'll have links for each product, probably many links for each product. And then when OCreate comes out, one of you that do videos and you're comfortable, you can make your own branded video about a product and have traffic delivered to that. That's the beauty of this. You can do whatever you want. But yeah, it's there'll be according to that in days. And when that happens, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know that. For me, I can't wait. So
okay. Thank you very much, Marty. And I think with
like
AI,
said,
it's going to be magic.
Yeah, like Marty said, don't worry about it. We shouldn't think too much, too deep, because sometimes we think too deep and then we just you get headache over nothing. Whatever Ash is doing is for the good of all of us. Whatever happens, whatever way they twist is for the benefit of the founders.
Can I just add a few?
Thank you very much.
Could I add a few
Thank
to
you,
that? Could I just add a few to that question, please?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Derek.
Go ahead.
All right, wonderful. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, and plenty love to everyone. When we talk about targeted traffic, this was what Ash actually said. When we pay for our product, it actually also going to activate your account or your business. And if 10, let us just use a number, and this is just example. If 10 persons to come to your website each month, then 10 persons is going to come to your website each month. And every one of us, all the 1.4 who activate, and this is very important, you have to activate. If you don't activate, then there's no traffic, or what we call customers, persons coming to your website. When that person come to your website, or those 10 or however much they are going to send per month, any amount of persons come to your website, they have the option to purchase or not. And that is why money is not a guarantee of what, because it all depends on whether the person purchase or the person just do one of the free products. Because if the person just take one of the free products and nothing else, then there is no money changing hands. And so there's no money to be made. So it is done by, not sure if it is going to be a rotator system, because if I am to get 20 per month, then a rotator is going to defeat that purpose, because then what the rotator will be doing is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So Lynn get one, Colin get the next one, Marcini get the next one, Yasmin get the next one, and that's how a rotator works. But that's not what Ash actually said to us. If I am to get 10 because of what I am doing with I activate my account, or if I'm to get 20, then I will get 20. Now, if I pay for more, then I will get more for that month. All depends on what I do, or what you do for your business, or what Collins do for his business, etc., etc. But we are getting targeted traffic, a specific amount each month, not a guarantee that every one of those persons is going to purchase. Now, you, on the other hand, if you want to be active, then you can show persons or direct persons to your website, because you're going to have a link. That's what it is for also. And persons will come by that means. ONPASSIVE automated system is going to take over, of course, and all of those persons will be managed by the automated system through ONPASSIVE. But just remember, targeted traffic, it will be the amount that is going to be sent each month based on whether you buy more traffic or not. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you, Auntie Lynn.
Thank you, Kido. All right,
Thanks.
you're welcome. Thank you, Dr. Derek. We now go on to Marcian Hemabu. Come on down, Marcian. Good to have you. Oh, I gotta ask you to unmute. Okay, you can unmute.
Yeah. Hello, 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 everyone. Are you ready? Are you ready to take over your life? Are you ready to dance? Are you happy? Because I am. I don't know about you. I'm listening to all the great questions, everything that everyone wants to know. You know why? I know one thing. The one thing I know is that I am fine. And I'm going to be happy the remaining of my life because somebody have done that for me, Mr. Ash Mufara. We have to thank him. We don't have to go into the Jeep and know what the traffic, what this is going to be doing. The traffic is there for us. Remember from day one, yours, they tell us from day one, get in, do what the company is asking you to do. Migrate to your EOS. Read, know what is going to be in your shelf on your own power and get your life ready to be happy, to enjoy. Dancing has become my new life. I get up, I dance, I jump, I eat well, because I know that my tomorrow will never be again as my today. No way. Traffic is going to be there. For sure, and it's targeted traffic. You know why? Because we have value. There's no one customer that will come in and go hand-free. They will have something that belongs to them. We don't have to worry about that. What we have to worry is to make sure that we have migrated in our ecosystem in the proper way. We have to make sure that when the time comes, we activate our account. That's all we have to worry about. Let the great guy, the dream team, do the work for us. I don't want to have any headache. I mean, Ash Mufara have told me, Marcian, you are 50-year-old last 50 years ago. Now you're going to be 54, and your next 54 is going to be the best of the best that you have never had. Why did I have to worry? I have to dance. My fellow brand ambassador, you don't know what you have in your hand. Please open your heart. Be happy. Don't worry about what is going to happen tomorrow, because nothing is going to happen but good thing. Ash Mufara is here to stay. He's here to own the internet. We, the brand ambassador, he put us, he get us around him like his branches. And he know that me being the tree of that branches, I have powerful, powerful hands. And that hands will not break. That hands, how many fruit are on that branches, he's not going to fall down because the foundation is very solid. Our foundation is very solid. Let us not worry. The only time you have to make sure that everything is going on with you and very well is when you know that you have taken your happiness, you have taken your love, you have taken your greatness out to the other people that did not get a chance to be in earlier as you are. That's what you should be worried about. How about our brother, our sister, leftover? I call them the leftover that they didn't know. They were not so fortunate to know about this. We have to worry about how to get to them. Not worry. If you are a brand ambassador now and you are still worried about what is going to happen, it means until now you did not get it. Our OTech Pro from day one has been telling us what is coming. Our O Commercial Pro, the trio, Maddie Degamo, Chris Johnson, Mark Ellis, Red Referent, all of them, they have been telling us yours. All you have to do, get one of their video out there, share it. Sharing is caring, is love. You don't have to say nothing. That's what I do. I dance, I get them, I give it to people, and they say, why are you so happy? I say, go ahead and look at this video. That's why I'm happy. You have to do nothing. You don't have to be a professional video person. No. You just have to show to the world that you are happy, and people will ask you a question. My neighbor are asking me, you have changed. We see you dancing every day on the street. I say, yeah, because something big is coming. His name is ONPASSIVE. That's a way we have to promote our name. We have to brand our name. We don't have to sit down in our home and be worrying about questions. It's not going to help us. And we don't have to say, I don't have this, I don't have. Let us not be negative. Internet is our own. Mr. Ash Mufara is giving it to us. Our brother Colin said it all. We are on social media every day. So we have time. We have the internet. But what we don't have is because we don't have the time for what is going to pay back to you in your years to come, in your days to come. Let's get a chance to be happy. Let us open our heart to be happy and to love, to attract this great thing that is coming to us. Open your heart and you will see how the love of ONPASSIVE will get into you. And when you get up, there's no question to be asked because you know your tomorrow is going to be better than your today. Thank you so much. My name is Marcienne Mabu. I'm speaking to you all from the great state of Texas. I'm in Houston. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcienne. Marcienne is everywhere on social media, including TikTok, and you'll see her dancing. I enjoy her videos so much. Thank you for sharing today. Now we're kind of coming up on, I think, 2-hour mark. I believe that's usually when we kind of wrap up. So I see that we now have 4 speakers with their hands raised. So let us be mindful of the time. If you're going to share your thoughts, limit it to 2 minutes at this point. So we'll have these 4 and okay, we'll start. We're going to end with Kumaran, unless the Singaporeans tell me, our leaders tell me we have more time, we will end with Kumaran. Okay, so we've got Yasmin, Nafiso, Salim Khan, and lastly, Kumaran as a comments or questions. Okay, so we'll begin with Yasmin. Be mindful of the time, everybody. Couple minutes each. Thank you. Go ahead, Yasmin.
Thank you, Sister Lynn, and I'm so delighted to have all the great leaders like Marty DeGamo for the first time on the same platform, and Brother Colin Manna. I got a question which concerns about my people, and I got my sister who is under 35 years old, and also my brother back home who didn't have the opportunity to learn because my country, you know, is behind the world. For 30 years, there was destruction, war, no educational system to access. So we said on ONPASSIVE, it's about, I'm going to ask a question that we are impacting the society, correcting the corruption. And also I'm a person who believes in self-development, about to be part of the moving change. It starts from within ONPASSIVE. Yes, we know ONPASSIVE is a very big, everything is going to, being given to us, it's great opportunity. Those who are misfortune, like Papua New Guinea or my country, are not going to be left behind. That's for sure. But my question is, can you clarify, please, about the done deal, what it means? Is it to be asleep and spoon-fed, or make efforts to understand your business? We have got a technical expertise, and also we have got a marketing expertise. So what that it means, because I cannot wake up my sister, my own sister who is younger than me, and my own brother to get engaged, upskill it, self-develop it. And still we are repeating the done deal. So those kind of people, including my own family, are relying on the done deal. Do they need to understand the business to self-develop, take advantage? Because I teach classes. None of my sister and my brother are there. And I want my community to get stronger and move, take advantage of ONPASSIVE. So what is the deal done means to those people who are relying to O-Tracker. Even we have got diaspora who got the means and they say, I'm buying O-Tracker. I'm not getting anything to learn.
What did you
clarify about the done deal?
Yeah, my hand automatically unmuted. Listen, I've said this to everybody, family, friends. I mean, it's all over the world. We have people that just don't move. They just don't move. And some people are blind, not here, but here. But I promise you this, when we get going and you buy the product and you start getting commissions, your family will wake up and do exactly what you're doing. Some people need that extra. Don't worry, you did the best you can, because it's in everybody's family. Family's the worst to talk to this business about. In fact, I never mentioned ONPASSIVE to anyone in my family. We got going, and when the Burj Khalifa came up, I told my children, go to YouTube and watch this. They watched it. They called back and said, is that the company you're working with? Yeah, you have a position in it. When I tell you, you go in and fill out the stuff. If you don't do it, you're not getting a Christmas present, because that's it. But I didn't talk to them about it or whatever. Listen, you're the worst person to talk to your family. I could talk to your family, they probably go, oh, wow, this is amazing. For some reason, when you talk to your family, you don't know nothing. But I promise you this, when apples come in or when commissions come, IQs are going to increase unbelievable. People's passion are going to blow off the chart, because it will wake them up. They will see, oh, wait a minute, I got to get moving. Then they're going to be asking you, what do I do? Yeah, that's right. Money wakes people up. See, I was fortunate enough that I believe I've got very good vision in my heart. The company drove me by my heart, not by my eyesight. It helps to have both. And I had both. I was very fortunate. But I've met people very smart, very good marketers, and completely blind in their heart. I don't go any further. I walk on and go to the next person. I don't try to talk anybody into anything. I learned a long time ago, there's a lot better people that walk this planet that were better talkers, better motivators, and they couldn't convince everybody either. One was Jesus Christ, one was Martin Luther King, you had Nelson Mandela, and there was people around, all these people that thought, who's this nut? Really? If they can't do it, I'm not even going to try. So all you can do is show them. And if they don't want to move, when the money comes in, I think you're going to see a totally different family. Yeah, I guarantee it. And that goes for everybody in the world. When money flows, I just think everybody's going to see things a little brighter, and I think they're going to get really, really smart. I don't know how to migrate. I don't know what my email is. Hey, there's $5,000 in your wallet. Oh, they'll be able to write an email. They'll be able to write a script. They'll be doctors when they see the money coming in. It's just the way it is. Anyway, that's the best I can explain it.
Buddy is really right, because I even have members of my family. None of them, some of them have not migrated. My own elder brother have not done it. You know, I've talked and talked, you know, so they don't see any value in you. That's the truth. But if someone out there tell them something, they will do it. So, you know, they always say the prophet is never known in his own house. That's the truth. No matter how you say it. But as Madi said, when it will happen, things started happening and they see you smiling, jumping from one day, they say, oh my God, what's happening to our sister? Say, yeah, because the thing I told you, you don't want to do it. Because though they said it's a done deal, when I use that statement, that's what people think, like they'll come and give you something. Somebody called me and said, would they write the check? Would they send my money to Western Union? Founders have asked me this question. Am I going to send it? How are they going to send my money? Through MoneyGram or what? I said, you know what? You have a wallet. You have to do it yourself. I said, when you go to work, even this is even difficult, go to work, right? We do our job. They tell you, give me your bank account and we will pay you month end or monthly or weekly. They don't come with envelope and give you money at the end of the week. They put it in your bank account for you to go and do it yourself. So why do you think Ms. Ashford will pay 1.5 million to send them maybe something to Western Union? I said, then I'm sure Mr. Ashford will be the most craziest person to do this all over the world, to be transferring money. Then he himself will not have a life to live. So when done deal means they've built the solution for all of us. They've done the marketing, all the heavy lifting. You don't have to do it. The system is automated. Yours is just to push the button. What is difficult to push button? Because there are people even think like even to eat is difficult. They prepare nice food, they put everything and they say, come and eat. Oh, it's too hard for me to eat. It's just exactly what Ms. Ashford have done. Prepare everything and say, oh, I can't get up now, it's too hard for me to eat. Then you stop and die because there is just no way. Done deal means they've done everything automated. Build a shop for you. Take the key, take it, go and start. He said, no, I don't want to. Open your door for customers to come in. He said, I don't want to open my door. That's I don't know how we can describe this again. But as Marty said, when your shop will open and you start to go crazy and celebrating, they will take their own key, come and open their shop. Because I call it a shop, a mall. Because they will not want to miss it. And that's when they will learn and become, so they will even come and know this thing more than us. Trust me, they will know in and out of everything more than some of us, the founders. I always say this guaranteed. Because they will know only how to push that button, take old tracker, take every paid product, put it, and even max it out, even buy extra traffic. They will go crazy. They will know the blog, the podcast. They will be more than what we think. Trust, you will tell, one day we'll give testimony about this, about those who sat back and waited and you think they don't know. They are the most smartest people you even think when the time comes. Just a couple of weeks, you'll hear it. My brother will do it, I know. He will be the one, and I think he will even beat me when it comes to this.
Thank you very much. But I know the misfortunate that we are not going to be on this screen when the job comes, and they will be left behind because they are not taking the advantage of this.
They will call you. You know what? That's when they will be hammering. They will be calling you every day. My sister, tell me this, because honestly, you will not sleep. You will get calls from your family member until, and if you don't do it, they'll tell you you're a wicked sister. You don't want to help.
I tell you what, let me tell you the difference between done deal for some people and done deal for others. Done deal for me is if somebody offered me $2 million for my passive position, I wouldn't take it. And people that don't see what we have as a done deal, they would take $1. It's just different because people seeing what they see. I see something, I wish I could relate it to everyone, but you can't. They see it when they're going to see it. It's just, I don't get it. But like Colin said, you're going to have Einsteins when the money flows. I mean, they're going to know everything. They'll be helping other people. Oh, no. You got to do it this way, that way. Trust me, that's what's going to happen.
If I could just add to that, unfortunately, Marty and Collins, people are looking at ONPASSIVE as a $97 business, and that's one of the problems. And so they're not going to even see the done deal because it's just a $97 business. Yes, $97 is a lot of money for some people, but this is looking like a $97 business. Now, when Ray Kroc come to you and offer you a McDonald's franchise, it's $1.2 million. And you have to have 500,000 liquid in your possession to just look at McDonald Corporation, much less to go in for an interview. So if these same persons in ONPASSIVE that not looking at ONPASSIVE in the way that they should is because if they were to get a McDonald franchise, it would be a totally different concept in their mind from the get-go, because the value that they placed on it is based on how much they spend on it. And because Ash Mufari, with the heart that he has, recognizing that the best way for every person to be lifted up out of the miry clay is through the internet. Because as we know, many people say that, to get a business where you can make money while you sleep, Warren Buffett. And so Ash Mufari has taken up the mantle to assist us so that as we lift up humanity, instead of him alone lifting up humanity, he now has 1.4 million of us helping to lift humanity, which is much different from one person doing it. And that is what we need to look at. Stop look at when we're going to get some money. That is all we're looking at. Let us, and that is why I always talk about the mindset. Because without the proper mindset for us as brand ambassadors, then everything will be lost. Let us concentrate, because that's the only thing you and I can do right now. What you need to do right now as brand ambassadors is to get the proper mindset. And Ash Mufari has been saying this for over 3 years. Get the proper mindset. And how do you do that? You read books. Read books of persons who already have the wealth mindset. That is what we need to do as founders. Stop talking, because Ash Mufari take care of all of that already. He take care of the done deal. He took care of the customers coming to your account. He took care of all the heavy lifting, as all of us has been saying. Heavy lifting has been done. But you and I need to think about our mindset. Because watch this, so many people have gotten into money, whether by lotto or, by some other means. And they mess it up. 91% of people that win lotto mess up. And the poor, some commit suicide, some end up in jail and prison and all of those things because they did not have the proper mindset. Let us as brand ambassadors focus on the mindset, because that is the most important element of wealth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Derek.
Thank you, Lynn. I'm
Thank
finished.
you very much. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you. All right, we've got 5 people with their hands raised, and Rob Gorman has to leave shortly, so I'm gonna insert him in the mix right now before Nafiso, if you don't mind, Nafiso. He'll just be speaking for a few minutes. Go ahead and add him. Go ahead, Rob.
Thanks, everybody. I'd like to take us back to the subject of today's webinar, which is it's time to be engaged. It truly is now. The time is now. And by doing what all of you folks who are here today, it was up to 148, 150 are doing, you're being engaged. That's the key here. That's the key to, if this happens tomorrow, you are ready. That's the most important thing we can do at this point. Engagement comes from watching Marty, watching Red, watching Chris, Julie, watching Roblin live even at night. That's engagement. You will get something out of every bit of engagement you do. Log into the back office, log into the OES, go to the back office, check the pop-up. That's engagement. Come to this webinar, go to other webinars when you have time. That's engagement. Then you'll be ready. That's all I got, as Marty says.
Thank you very much. Let's try to go back to the topic of the webinar if we can. I know every one of us are passionate, but let's kind of stick with the Q&A topic is engagement, or what Collins had to say as far as the synopsis of the corporate update in the pop-up. So if we can stick to that, that would be best. And let's stick with the Q&A line of thinking, okay? So next we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go. We got Nafiso, and be cognizant of the time, please, and go ahead, Nafiso. You can
you hear me? I don't know, my
Yes.
network's fucking off.
Oh, we
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Go
hi.
ahead.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Lynn, Roblin, Marty Digamo, Colin, and every single leader who speak and we listen and we benefit from. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We thank you. We learn from you. Only today I got 3 pages of notes to take from all these leaders from. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're learning behind the scenes. So thank you so much. You're doing everything we need. We get from you. Thank you so much. And one of my questions been answered and successfully. Thank you so much from Benny. So it's been answered, so I don't need to repeat it. The other one is I've got some users, basically 2 users who moved or migrated proper, and then I don't know, the middle of the last week, I seen in my site they are not it said unregistered. So, and before they moved, they migrated proper, they were okay. Everything was okay. And then one, I lost it. I don't know where is he, but the other one, his access to his account, everything he's seen okay. And I said, go to your profile. I directed him what to do, but it doesn't show, and you know, he's a customer or anything. And in my side, it shows unregistered. So what should we do for that point? The other question is, as we're moving on, and we have got the people who way behind to understand that this situation, for example, being negative, being non-wanted, as Yasmin mentioned. Now they completed out of the game. So we don't have time to explain from the beginning and to catch them up. So those people, they migrated proper, they okay, we did for them, like exactly my own brother. I migrated his account, I did everything for him. He never ever checked his account, ever. He don't know even how to use it. So how can we help these people to become on board while they are, they moved, they okay here, but they don't know nothing about anything, and they are not lack of communication or lack of understanding. They do, but they don't believe. They're thinking like, oh, when you make money, I will see. When you, oh, you crazy with ONPASSIVE. When you make something, let me know. So how we push those people a little bit up while they are not, they a little bit behind for mindset, but they migrated. So thank you.
If I
Thank you so much.
Respond.
Your first question, what you can do is, because normally it's something that I can check behind. Can you contact me behind and we'll go through it? Your first question, the person that you're saying has migrated, the person has migrated nothing, but there is no delete button or anything. So, but the person is still showing on register. We can check it. Maybe it's double email. We'll check it. So, but contact me. I can go through, look at it. If there is a really big issue, then maybe we'll contact Maddie. Yeah, let's try to investigate the issue. So we'll
Thank
share
you.
screen.
Thank
Yeah. Yeah, please contact me. You are in UK, so contact me. You are in the UK forum, right? So, or what? I'll send you a message so you know it's me.
I do.
All right.
I
okay.
do, Colin. Thank you so much. We will work. I will contact him and bring him to the on board. Thank you so much, because
All right, that's
I
fine.
directed him and he showed me that he's got the a founder icon, which I see in my site and unregistered. So I'm a bit worried he's not
Yeah.
on board.
So what we'll do
thank
is we'll share our screen and then go through with him, and just to make sure everything is
and see
right.
what we can do. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like we said, for the next question, those who are not really engaged, this is the time. I don't know what we can say. Maddie have said it, Dr. Derek here. You know, as I said, the mindset and things that they should be doing. Because to be honest, no matter how we say it, if they don't want to do it now, they will do it later on. You know, whatever they refuse to do now, when others are way ahead, they will come back to this very position and do the same thing. Because time is not on our side. Dr. Derry will not be here forever. He will run his own business. Maddie Digamo will be running, and everyone here, those who are engaged, will be running their own business. They will first take care of themselves before they listen to you. Now we have all the time in the world because it is not yet there. Let us give it 1, 2, 3 weeks when everything is in the market. Do you think we'll be here? Maybe this webinar will be coming up once a month because everyone will be so busy. You want to take care of yourself, your immediate family before you start to look at friends. You know, you want to understand the system, what you need to do, how you can grow your business. So I always advise every founders, you know, sometimes I write them personally, please go to webinars, be engaged. And they think like, as Dr. Derry said, it is because of that mentality of $97. So they treat ONPASSIVE, a valuable company, as a $97 company. There are people I even called, I said, do you want to lose your founding position? You know the response. I've lost a lot of money. What is $97? So as Dr. Derry said, they treat it as $97. You know, they don't see the value. I've lost a lot. So if I lost $97, what is that? And some of them are just giving up. But they are throwing, as Maddie said, $1 million company owned by them, something massive. So honestly, it is difficult to really explain. They forgot that this position was $1,000. I call it $1,000 because $997. Mr. Ash Mofara brought it down because they want everybody to come in. Mr. Ash Mofara was looking at the humanitarian part of it. The value is there, but the humanitarian, that how many people can I bless so they can go and be a blessing to others? But people don't take it like that. Those who don't have eyes in their heart refuse to see it. You know, so no matter how we preach it, we just have to do our best, continue trying to talk to them, because we are seeing what they can see. We are seeing it. We know this is so valuable. This is raw gold, but they don't see it. It's like you can take a horse to the stream, but you cannot force the horse to drink if it doesn't want to drink until the time comes. You know, I thank God for what Maddie said, Dr. Dory said, the $397 business, and there is nothing we can do.
Thank you. Is that sufficient, Nafisa?
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I add something real quick?
Sure.
Okay, with mindset, there's many types of it, but some of it is fixed in growth. One of the mindset is belief, and the belief starts in yourself before you can believe in something else. It's an attitude. I mean, it sounds good and all that. Sometimes the word mindset put people off because they're going, "Ooh, what the frick does that mean?" And if they don't understand something, they automatically take it negative. The pros and cons of ONPASSIVE was the $97. When I heard what it would do, and I believed that if it does 10% of what I think it will do, great. And when I asked Peter, what does it cost? When I got all the answers I wanted, he said 97. I said to myself, it's going to be rough coming up with $9,700. Now, my mindset was, for somebody to do this, it's spectacular. Even if it's 10% what I think, because this is what I've been looking for 15 years. Also that comes with 97 is the person that never had the chance to believe in himself, much less anybody else, right? They start off life, and a lot of people got it on passive, farmers, uneducated. I'm not putting people down. They just from where they were. 97 was big money to them. For me to put my mindset and try to get them to understand that, it's difficult. First, you got to get them into believing in themselves, and they deserve to have better and be better. Because what you see it in ONPASSIVE the last 4 years for me. I've seen people where they real quiet, won't even put their name on the thing when they come in a webinar too. There's their name, the camera comes on, and then they start talking. Now they can work on believing bigger than themselves. When you were beat down your whole life, which some people were, I'm sorry. I had it made. I lived in the United States, but I traveled the world. And I saw people that I take for granted stuff that they would beg to have. Getting a piece of bread and milk for the day. I mean, that person's mindset pretty damn strong. It's survival mindset. But to get them to think freely and the possibilities, first, that's a gradual baby step situation where you can get people to that point. And that was the biggest for me in ONPASSIVE, to move through the stages of mindset. Because a lot of people that don't believe, and I don't mean to say this bad, they don't believe in themselves either. They always say, he's lucky, she's lucky. Well, that's them, that's not me. And ONPASSIVE says that's bullcrap. It is you. You do deserve. You can have. And I've seen people, once they realize that, now they work on what Dr. Derek said and start thinking, I believe that I can. Once you believe that you can, the other door will open where you say, I believe the possibilities, I believe I deserve it. And when you can get through that, it's a process. I had long talks with Ash even about this. The 97 was great. It got very, very people that don't have the money in, but you're also taking a lot of people that work 9 to 5. They never supervised, they never managed, they never traveled. They live in a 20-mile radius their whole life, to open up something this big, and for them to understand the how big it really is a joke to think that can happen. People have to see it slowly, because they can't believe. Sometimes people are negative because they're scared. Two types of negative. There's some negative because people are just freaking negative. But some people are negative because it's easier to say no, because they don't understand and they don't want to sound or feel like they're not smart enough. And that's not the case. ONPASSIVE breaks all those barriers. It's us that try to let them know you freaking deserve it. You are a champion. Everybody has something to give. And if we can do that, that's why I always believe in pushing somebody above yourself. Shine the light on somebody else and the reflection's even brighter. It's just fact. But a lot of people came into ONPASSIVE because I hear when I talk to them, and when I'm thinking, oh, that's so sad, because they have limited everything in their life. And it's from a product of your environment. It's what happened. You listen, I believe any kid could be a genius, given the opportunity as a kid that is one. But to take somebody that lived a life, saw their parents, saw nothing but a 20-mile radius and survival mode, to say, you got to believe in the Wizard of Oz. They think you're crazy. But if you can walk them through it, because I don't believe in motivation, I believe in inspiring. You can inspire people to think, and they open that door, and they open another door, and they open another door. By accident, they'll be in a place that will change their life. And they'll see that ONPASSIVE is that place to go as far as you want to go, run as fast as you want to go. And that's what we're working with. So when you see people, oh no, you don't know what, that's no good, that's a crook, I'll wait till I see the money. They're scared. And a lot of times they're scared. And they don't want to stick their head out. I went to my supervisor one time, my manager, when I was 30 years old, and I was going up for an evaluation. And he said, you made more mistakes than any supervisor I ever had work for me. But you got more done than anybody I ever had. Mindset was, you fall down, get up and run. You fall down, get up and run. Don't worry about how you look. Is my suit clean? Am I neat? Does my hair look great? Freak that. That's not what matters. What matters is life, and run as hard as you can. And you are your brother's keeper, and you push them above yourself. The women too. When I went through, I used to go to every meeting and I'm looking for a diamond in the rough. Anybody here that knows me, I've said that for 4 years. I would go back to Ash. He'd come in a webinar. And that person would come up and said, there's a diamond. And he listened and said, oh my God, where have they been? There's diamonds in the weeds. Our job is to go find them and help them come up, because you're going to find out when you pull a diamond up, a bunch of rubies come with it. Anyway, I just wanted to add to what Dr. Derek said, because I believe what he's saying. I just think because of where we started, because of the 97, we have to go back and cultivate that weed into a rose. And I'm not putting people down. It's because how they were fertilized, what land they were planted in. But it can change. And I think ONPASSIVE knocks down all barriers. Oh, I can't believe I'm preaching on a freaking Thursday.
Maddie's on fire. Maddie, you are really right. You are really right. You know, sometimes it's just the way people see everything. Because when I joined ONPASSIVE, I can even tell when I joined ONPASSIVE, I didn't look at the $97. I look at the technology. That's what brought me in. When I look at it, I called the friend who introduced me. I said, did you see that? The guy is not in technology. He said, Collins, you know what? I don't understand all of this thing. Can you tell me that? That time was GoFounder. I stumbled on the site, you know, the ONPASSIVE site. I said, my God. I said, if this man put all of this together, it will be the biggest IT company mankind have ever seen. That's my statement. And I've never changed. I said, they can either make it and it's great, or they crumble everything, because the integration I was looking, all the tools that, because there was no name, it was just like tools, and I was just like picking everything. I said, my God. And I went to the office. I called one guy who is also tech, is lead front end, not front end, full stack developer, JavaScript and everything. I said, can you look at this? We put our head. He said, Collins, you know what? It is too good to be true. He said, this will take decades. I'm not ready to waste my time. I said, put $97, I'm in. So 3 of them, they are in ONPASSIVE. 3 of them, they are full stack, full. They're in ONPASSIVE. But they said, this is massive than what people think. How do you dare explain this to others? That 97, this guy was in crypto as well, abandoned everything. Or they are looking at ONPASSIVE every day when they go to that website. They say, this is crazy. They are all full stack developers. Very good I've ever seen, I've ever met in my work life. They are all crazy. Database administrators, they are all crazy. Database developers, they are all crazy because they are in. And sometimes while we are on the webinar, I see some of them. You know, they said, but the only thing is they are afraid to put themselves out to come and speak because they'll be fired. I told Maddie a lot of times, but I see them. You know, so these are things that if founders know, not $97. I just said, it is not. The first time I even listened to Ash, I was just like, this man is building this. I know now where he's going. It's about humanity. Nobody will build an IT company, you know, call you to come in if they know they'll be the richest person on this planet Earth. Most of the IT companies are owned by families. Microsoft, Bill Gates family. Look at it, Tesla, Elon Musk alone. We can go on and on. When they know they will make money, they will not bring founders. They can bring Topple and say it's gone, because they will become the world richest man. Most of the IT company is family owned. I've worked in a company where it's just owned by one person, the same multi-million pound company owned. They're making all the money and we are sweating for them, because every time when I sit and I'm working, I'm crying, I say, God, where would I ever end like these people? You know, you start to think far and far and said, so you are working all your life to enrich people. But now Mr. Ashbofara take it and give it to us. So it take an IT company and said, Collins, what you have been looking for, take it, this is it. And I said, when I saw it, I was just shouting, telling everybody, come in, this is the right place. Come in, come in. Don't question me. I don't have answers for you. Come, let's learn. I said, because I'm just learning as well. Just come, let's learn it together. You know, and this is the way I put the value of the company. I never put money. I said, you know what will happen if I hold this in my hands or create? We are looking for domain. Sometimes you build website, you want to host it to help others, and you have it in your own hands. And what is best for $97? So the $97 was just nothing to me. I was looking at that. When Opal will come out, how it will help Africa with connectivity, you can, like, more than WhatsApp, you know, how? So I was just thinking about the technology and I was just going crazy and crazy, the value that Mr. Ashbofara want to put. And I said, I don't care how long it will take. If everybody go away, I will stick until Mr. Ashbofara said, Collins, it is over. I'll kick you out because I'll kick everybody. I always said this. I said, I will stick until I will see where this company will go, because it is something to stay and watch and follow. That's what I wanted to say. So just want to add that for those who have 90, please look at it in a different way. Forget about that. Come in because it will change your life. Businesses, I said it yesterday. I said businesses. This company will transform businesses directly or indirectly. There are people who it will create jobs. We are talking about our data center. How many people are going studying Amazon Web Services? Millions to get a job. My cousin is an AWS administrator. He's working, earning a lot in UK. He studied Amazon Web Services. How many will come in to study our data center to administer for different companies? Because company will come and store their data. Remember that. It will create jobs. You know, our cloud and everything they are building, it will create jobs like Microsoft Azure, AWS. We will have millions of jobs. So those who are not even on passive or resellers, they will have jobs because they will be administrator for our data center for another company, and they'll make a lot of money. So let us see it in a different way, in different dimension, and said what ONPASSIVE is bringing is massive. It's massive than we think. We can look at it, because I look at it, I don't see everything. The small I can see is still massive for me to comprehend.
All right.
One thing real quick. Somebody in the chat said, I want to be a founder. That's hilarious.
Well, they're inspired, but that's what we're here for. All righty. We are now at 2.5 hour mark. Can you believe it? 2.5 hours we have been here. What we would like to do is go to Kumaran, Stephen, and Francis. Francis will be the last. If they can say their thing in a couple minutes, that would be good. And then I'm going to turn it over to Jeannie and Faith, who will then take it from there. So let's go to Kumaran now. You can go ahead. Welcome.
Thank you, Aline. My question is to Brother Colin. Okay, when you're talking about the apples, right? Okay, as I'm not going to wait for the basket. I'm going to tie the net under the tree, and I'm going to not going to let the apples fall down to the earth, right? But there are some my users. There's the mentality of some groups of people, founders. They say from the start, it's a done deal. It's a passive income. So, in a summary, what you would tell them? Because once it's launched, I'll be busy with my my own shop or everything. So right. So in a summary, what is the best advice to them, Brother Colin?
I would tell them to be engaged 100%, because we used to use this statement about when I joined ONPASSIVE. I used to hear the word about passive income. ONPASSIVE have just surpassed passive income. Because what is passive income? It's like you're doing a job and then you're doing something else to support you, right? That's how I look at it. You look at the definition, you're doing something, and they say, oh, let me get this little income to support me to pay part of my bills while I have my main job. Now, Mr. Ashford have told us this. Do you want to take it as a part-time job, or do you want to take it as a full-time job? Me, I'll take it as a full-time job, because I don't want to work as, Dr. Derek just talk about Warren Buffett here. I don't want to work all my life till I die. I want to have sometimes my time for ONPASSIVE and then to bless others. If as you bring in ONPASSIVE, you're understanding all of this coming. Maddie already said it, bring them big, because maybe when they joined, they didn't really understand. They didn't really get a clear understanding of ONPASSIVE, and this thing takes time. The engagement is about coming to webinars. Don't stay and call somebody, please tell me what is going on. There are a lot of founders who do it. Can you update me? If I want to update you, especially if someone you came in 2018 or 2019, you've never been involved, you call me today. I came in 2020. Collins, can you update me? Where do I start? Where do I start? Because it's a whole 3 years of my life. You want me to come and tell you in a little sheet like this, because ONPASSIVE have just transformed massively, and every day that pass, ONPASSIVE transform, new things come up. Mr. Ash come up with new things. Where do you start? So the only thing is that you need to take a bite, little bite. You give them bit by bit for them to grow until they get to the level. Those who are smart, they can get it faster. Those who are really slow, find a way to tell them. Don't make it too difficult. Simplify it. Tell them the reason why it is important for them to be engaged. Like Ms. Ashbrook have done this, done that, done that. You need to do this. This is your own part. For anything in life, you have to play your part. God gave us freedom, but we have to play our own part in the freedom. So in everything in life, we have to do. So you just advise them that the only way they can really understand ONPASSIVE is to start to come to webinars like this. Go to other webinars, try to listen, ask questions like the question they're asking here. There is no stupid question. They shouldn't be shy to ask questions, because sometimes I ask questions, people can think like I'm crazy, but only the person know why he's asking that question. They shouldn't be shy, calm, because one, it is their business. If they don't know, how can they run their own business? Sometimes like Maddie said, people are just shy because they just put a shield in front of them. They don't want to listen because of their past experience. Tell them, I know all of us have past experience, put it behind. I joined ONPASSIVE. The day I joined ONPASSIVE, before I joined ONPASSIVE, I lost a lot of money the next day I joined ONPASSIVE. When you fall, it is not how you fall, it's how you pick up yourself and wake up and start to run again. So tell them to put their past behind, because if people want to talk about money they have lost, I believe there are people who've lost hundreds of thousands, millions in ONPASSIVE, but they are still here hoping that there is something bigger. So just put it in front of them to come, wipe their eye, receive it, start to see it from different points. Put that $97 behind. It is money, big money, as all of us have agreed here, Dr. Derek, that some country is a lot of money. Those in the Western world is just peanut. That's why we even just play with it and said, we don't care. They tell them to look at something that will change their generation. If they only plug in, start to understand what to do. Show them the simple things, because I get, if a friend met me, this guy is not educated, he's a very wealthy guy, not educated. I explained ONPASSIVE. He's a founder, brought a lot of people just word because he said, I joined because I trust you, Collins. He didn't join because he trusted ONPASSIVE. He joined because of the trust, believe in me. But now I'm the one like telling him every day, where are we now? He said, Collins, you've just said it too much. It is too complicated to understand. Please tell me the simple thing. Don't tell me about Burj Khalifa. Don't tell me about data center. I'm not an IT person like you. I'm just a petit trader going around doing my own business. Can you just tell me what I should be doing? Then when I start to explain, there's a new ecosystem now. You say yes. There will be product coming out. You say yes. So what should I do? Do I need to learn the price? I say, no, you don't need to know it. When it comes, you take your money. I will show you how to go in, activate, and then start to grow your business. I will show you how to grow. Then he said, now you are talking. He said, you were saying all those things, I didn't get it, but now you are telling me that when I put this, I go, this is where I'll go. And when I said, well, we cannot guarantee you, they will guarantee you traffic. That's customer coming to your side. but the sales, the volume of sales is something that they cannot guarantee you. You will just get up, you see what, but I promise you, once you activate targeted traffic, everything coming, you will do well over time. You will leave legacy for your children. Now it was just like a light bulb now. I said, just imagine you have this, you are struggling every day with your business, and there is something that can come and take over that, and your business will be a hobby for you. The guy said, now I know. Just that ecosystem I started talking about. Now the guy is coming in, knowing it, because I'm just going to the simple things, what he should be doing every day, leaving the complexity behind. So I think people understand it differently, but let us take it and show it. I said, even in your own business life, if you want to use OConnect, you have your business. Sometimes you talk to people, why don't you use it? Because you have it, because you've already activated, you can use it for your own business things. I say, is that so? You use Opal too, to call your mom, call your brothers. Like the way I just said, like the way you use WhatsApp, this guy was just going crazy. Because these are the simple things they want to know about the value and how they can use it, what they can do, and they make their money and rest. So let us find a better way to tell them, you know, and it's only us. And when you are saying something, explaining, you discover they are not getting it, change the format. Just look at it and say, okay, do you want to know something more? He said, no, but what you said, be open to me. Do you really understand? He said, no, find a simple way. And when you try to get it, I've done it and I discovered that it works, because I'll dumb it down. I'll find even a little way of expressing it, just a way that like my own grandma can understand.
Are we good?
Thank you.
Good. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, we now go to our two last people in line. First is Stephen from Bermuda. Go ahead, Stevens. You can unmute, Stephen.
I'm so happy. Here's the reason why. ONPASSIVE is in my life. Bum, bum. I'm so happy. Here's the reason why. ONPASSIVE is in my life. Bum, bum. ONPASSIVE is in my life. That's why I'm so happy. Thank you, Brother Collins, Brother Marty, and Sister Lynn. Excuse the no video. I'm suffering from a low sinus from winter to spring, but from blue skies and aqua seas and pink sands from sunny Southampton, Bermuda. Steve Woodley Sr. signing off. Thanking you very much. Bless you all. Love you.
That was awesome. Music transcends all cultures and all boundaries. Isn't that so wonderful? Thank you. All right, next we have Francis Tay, and he'll be our last person in line to ask a question or make a comment. Go ahead.
No question. Being a home ground, I was surprised that no Singaporean come forward and ask question. And although it's not a surprise, I'm also glad that no Singaporean ask question, because that shows that our meeting, our training is, we have already done our part. It's a done deal, right? Brother Mighty, we have been communicating, and this is the first time we see you face to face. Yesterday, I was on to say good job. I want to, on behalf of the team here in Singapore and Malaysia, thank you all leaders for coming here, Brother Colin and Brother Mighty, Sister Lin. As just now, Sister Colin has said, Singapore is so clean, and that is the reason why we as ONPASSIVE need to stand up for. Singapore was only a small country long time ago, and there are many people who say that we cannot make it. The same way, when you join ONPASSIVE, there will be your loved one, your family members will say that this is rubbish, you will make it. But this month, This month you will be singing the song like the brother sing, I'm happy, I'm in ONPASSIVE. This month, we are not looking for leaders. We are looking for influencers, people who can influence their heart and shine forth their hearts to those that in need. People are not looking to look at us. We are rich people. No? People who will be looking for us. Whether your hand will do the work that you're talking about. Your heart will speak forth. I'm so glad that we started 2.5 years ago as a passion group with Sister Mabel, Faith, Jean, Joanne, and Toy, and Christy. All the ladies except me as the guy. We stick together even in the COVID because we believe that one day our life can influence our dear ones when the day comes. And to this month, I'm so glad and thank God, as Brother Mike Ellis said, whatever we do, we are in Christ, through Christ, and above Christ. I'm also a believer, and I believe God has given us this gift for ONPASSIVE and to bless the neighborhood. So now, tonight is a very special night with so many leaders coming here to grace our platform. I, on behalf of Mabel and the rest of the leadership, want to thank you for coming. Please don't make this the last time. Come back again. God bless.
Thank you so much.
Sister Lynn, I like to add in, since I'm the neighbor here in Malaysia besides Singapore.
Go ahead.
Okay, we used to see Singapore office in our back office. We always see USA, in India, Hyderabad, and Dubai. But the Singapore office will be there. But today, with the leaders, Brother Marty, Lynn, Colin Maria, Brother Colin, and the rest of the internationals, you came here, you make Singapore on fire. And during my journey, about 2 years ago, I used to see, when the first time I saw Brother Marty, this is honest. The first time I saw him, the way he talked, kind of leader. I mean, and someone is so fat and sitting in the I'll say, we will gossip with my friends all. But then now, the information is shared. Like the last 48 hours, I saw him in 360. Then after that, with you in the night, that is a morning for us. Then he's personal every day. I don't miss. I don't miss. I just, even I don't see live, but I will watch him in the YouTube. It's like, it's part of my life already. So thank you, Brother Marty, for you to come to Singapore. And during these 2 years, we always have visitors like our deep dive family, Dr. Derek and all the queens and kings. They will come and go, and the rest of Bangladesh and the rest of we have someone from all the way from Samoa, Sister Anna, right? So thank you. I just want to say this. And the last one question, I always want to ask Colin, because Marty is here, Lynn is here. So this situation happened about a few months back when it was a Friday night. Okay, it's a Friday, I think it's Friday night. Ash was doing a live. It's dragged more than about 7 to 8 hours. And Brother, our CEO asking, where are the tech guys? And all the tech guys, that night, they're missing. So, Brother Colin, where were you? I always wanted to ask you, where were you? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I was honestly, maybe I slept off, because I know sometimes Ash will just come up and say, Maddie, tell Collins, tell this to come on, but maybe it's the time difference too is not helping, you know, and sometimes all of them, they just work until they are tired, gone, and it's just difficult. The moment you shut your laptop down, you just want to go to bed.
Listen, it happens very quickly sometimes. They were doing Roblin Live, and when that starts, I don't know what that time is for Collins, but I think 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning already, right? It's very late. And he'll say, are the OTEC pros there? And I said, no. Where are they at? Well, half of them are sleeping. The other half, I'm not sure. Are you going to get them? We could try. And then Lynn tried, and most of the time they come on. If I ask them, they come on and they show up. But sometimes, yeah, I mean, that was only one time. I think that's the only time, really. But yeah, it's good. Ash likes the input from tech people because he knows that they understand. When they first came out a couple of years ago, the main thing I was thinking is if they come out and deliver their message, it will stop people from saying, when are we going to launch? And by the way, it worked. Because even if people don't know what they were saying, they knew that whatever they're saying is going to take a long, long time. So if ONPASSIVE is doing more than what they're saying, we get it. We don't have to ask, when is it going to launch? So it really worked. Now, they moved on from there. Collins can talk about anything. He doesn't even have to say some IT. But they did that completely on their own. But when they first started, you know, Lynn had to go with them because they were so technical. Most people would go, what the freak are they talking about? No, but you always had to dumb them down so people could understand, because they had to put it in context of how people would understand it. And they were learning it. It was a journey in itself, let me tell you that. And it worked out very, very well, to the point Ash knows who they are. I mean, Ash can name out a couple hundred people in 2 minutes. First name, last name, where they are, and a little bit about, I don't know how he does it, but he knows people that made an impact in ONPASSIVE. A lot more than people thinks he does. He knows what everybody's doing. He comes, he watches webinars in a high speed, so he can go through many of them in one day. So I sound like Mickey Mouse on my live, if you want to know. But that's what he does, so he can hear what people are saying. And he knows that a lot of you, all of you, are an extension of ONPASSIVE, because the power of ONPASSIVE is the people. It's not a product. The movement of these people, and this many people with the same, Dr. Derek says, mindset, is very powerful. It's very powerful. In fact, it's the most powerful thing on the planet. And it's only going to get more so, because ONPASSIVE is contagious. And people are going to catch that bug. Anyway, but yeah, that's what they first, in fact, I met them in a webinar, and these guys aren't speakers. They made it happen. That's why I tell people, you could do anything you want. ONPASSIVE is huge. Everybody here can go in their own lane and do whatever you want. If you don't, shame on you. Because I don't care who you are, I don't care where you're from. When you're in a company this big, you can set off and do what you want. Find a passion, and there's millions of people that will love the same thing you love. And you can build a business from your passion in ONPASSIVE, without a doubt. That's all I got.
Thank you, Kumaran. Got a lot out of Marty and Collins right there. Thank you so much. All right, now we're done with the Q&A. So we are now going to go to Jeannie Tan, who's going to moderate from this point on. Take it away, Jeannie.
Thank you so much, Lynn and Colin and Marty. We really appreciate all of you for making time for our meeting here in Singapore today. And especially Colin, you're the our keynote speaker today, and also Marty and Lynn for helping us out today to moderate the whole thing. We really appreciate you, and we appreciate all the leaders who are here with us today. And of course, I would like to give a special thanks to Mr. John Barella, who actually first helped us to do this connection with Collins and the rest of the team. So we so appreciate you, John. Thank you so much. And for the rest of the leaders who are with us, whether you are local or you are from overseas, and whether you are regular or you are first time with us today, we appreciate all of you for being here tonight. It's already 11:24, and I know that we have overrun today, and that is because we have these three kingpins here with us tonight. So thank you very much for everyone. I'm sorry, I think we are running out of time now, but I still see two hands. Maybe we let the both of you have the last say, and then we will close for the night. Is that okay, Lynn, Collins, and Marty? Are you okay? Yeah, okay. So let's have Marianne first, and then Sister Anna. Please keep it short, okay? Because it's very late now. Thank you so much. Okay, Marianne, please. Marianne? Oh, I cannot.
Yes, yes. Thank you, honey. Thank you very much that you let me say something in this session. Thank you very much for everybody who is giving their time to us, to teach us, to motivate us, and to show us the way we are going. I'm the one of the people who came late in the ONPASSIVE. The first time I heard it was 5 months ago. So I joined 5 months ago. But I have a question. My question is, me and friend of mine, we have one account together. And that account, we decided that it would be the charity account. So how we can name it that account? That's my question. And thank you for Francesco that he make this room and teach us every day, and he gives us his time to build us. Thank you very much for everybody who trained us. And thank you, Yasmin, especially the one who joined me to ONPASSIVE. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, everybody.
If I could assist there.
Yeah, Marty, do you want to answer?
Yeah?
Oh, Dr.
Can I
Derek,
assist with that question?
Dr. Derek, is it?
Yeah,
Yes,
do you want
can
to
I
answer?
assist with that question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, all right, wonderful. We are kind of doing the same thing, but not just for two people, for the entire restoration of Jamaica, which is one entire island in the Caribbean. And to do that, the best thing to do is to sit down with a lawyer in the location. All right, that's the best thing to do, because every country, the laws are a little different, etc., etc. So as I said, the best thing for you to do, as we are doing, because it's about, so far it's about 180 something of us in Jamaica that is pooling together in one account to restore Jamaica. So sit down with a lawyer. That will be the best course of action when you're going into a joint account. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Derek.
Thank you, Dr. Derek. Yes, and thank you, Marianne, for asking the question. Next, we have Miss Anna. Miss Anna from Samoa. Can you unmute yourself?
Let me ask her to unmute. Go ahead, Anna.
Okay, I got it now. Thank you very much, and it is a pleasure, for me to be part of this, platform. Thank you very much, Colin and Marty, and also the leadership, from Lee, Sister Lee. all of you, you are so looking really brilliant and really, you know, fantastic. You know, even our time is, you know, nearly 1:30 in the morning. But, you know, there's a will, there's a way, you know, for me, you know, to be part of this, you know, gathering. And then, you know, was so good, you know, to listen, because all my question that I was, you know, come to ask, it's been answered. It's been answered. And then there is only one question that I really want to ask, you know, sorry for, you know, because I was waiting for everyone, you know, to see if they ask my question. There is one question because some of my people, you know, they always asking me, Anna, have you received any money from, you know, from ONPASSIVE? Anna, have you received, how much do you receive? Anna, okay, what about, but these people, they are all founders. You know, they are all founders. And then they also, you know, they answer me a tricky question, you know, to see how much money do I receive? Because what happened? They haven't done any work at all. So these people, they keep asking me, and then they said, okay, because now I already paid my $97, all right? Okay, so what about, you know, if the company is launched, you know, blah, blah, blah. So what happened? What happened, you know, if I don't want to do any work? You know, even if I go through, what happened if I just want to pay my $97? That's it. Then I'm not gonna do any work at all. And I said, it's okay, because we have an IA, you know, automation, but listen, what you sow is what you reap. You know, don't expect, you know, so much money will be coming, because you're not doing, actions speak louder than words. So this is all the answer that I, you know, just came into my heart to, you know, to answer that question. And they said, oh, okay, all right, okay. I said, yeah, but you know, we just wait. Okay, we just wait. But that's how that is my answer to you, because there's no way that other people, they're working so hard and you just sitting, you know, doing nothing. And you said, so when is the money come? But the question is, where is that money? How do you eat? How do the food comes to on your table without any action? No, you have to go and, you know, get something, you know, in order for you to eat on the table, you know. And then that's the way that I gave it to them. What you sow is what you reap, you know. And then that's the thing that, you know, but you know, and then when I look at an ash, you know, and then this is the word that came to me, you know, those who sow in tears will reap, you know, with shout and joy. You know, the AI, you know, the tech, you know, team, you know, all these people, the top leaders, they're working 24 hours. I'm watching, you know, the people, they thought that but I'm watching. Sometimes I don't sleep at nighttime. But why? I just go, you know, webinars after webinars by myself, but just listening. So that's what I get into tonight. And I just thank God for all my brand ambassadors, you know, they are here tonight. All of them, they were so great. And then I got to help, you know, because I'm representing in Samoa. Thank you, Kumar. You know, you always, you know, mention my name every time that we have our webinar. But thank you very much. God bless you. But that's all I can say now. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Anna. And yeah, so okay, we would like to close for the evening. And okay, to finish off this meeting tonight, let's just do a very short recap. Okay, what our Mr. Marty and Mr. Colin has mentioned. Okay, let's get engaged. This is the time. When? Now. And let's get going, and let's be engaged. How do you get engaged? Know your OES. Go back to your OES and be engaged. All right. So, and by doing that, what do you have to do? Go to webinars. Try and attend all trainings, all webinars whenever you can. Okay, try and do it and get going. So with that, we would like to call it the night. And once again, we would like to thank Brother Collins, Brother Marty, and Sister Lynn, and the rest of the leaders like Dr. Bill, who always visited us every Thursday and every Tuesday when he can. And also we'd like to thank you, all the leaders, local leaders and leaders from overseas. Okay, and all the regulars and all who are also with us for the first time tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Can I add something, please?
Good night.
Can I add something?
Oh yes,
here?
Faith. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, and I want to thank all of you also. If you can, say a prayer for Mabel. She's been hospitalized, and she would like for some of you to just say a little prayer for her. Thank you for lifting her up, and thank you that you have all been so gracious to grace our webinar week after week after week. We are just so grateful for all of you and grateful that God has led us this far and He will bring us further. To God be the glory for the days ahead. Thank you once again, and God bless every one of you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And God bless everyone. Good night. And yes, remember to say a prayer for Mabel. Yeah, she's in the hospital right now, having bronchitis. So please pray for her. Yeah, thank you. And God bless everyone.
Oh, please.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. Thank you, Brother Colin.
Bye. Have a nice day, guys.
Thank you. Good night.